Yo, what's up, chat?
At Botrix. Said Botrix has successfully joined the channel.
Describe the song you want. Confirm the plan.
Performances that you need to win an FNCS major. The way they're playing here is just so unorthodox, really, from what they're used to.
Yeah, I think the reality that we've had to come to accept as Sky and Scroll is when it comes to Battle Royale, they've got the formula figured out, right? Their intuition in that mode, everything from just the way they pick their drop spots to the way they like to rotate to their timings, everything is spot on.
What's up, chat?
They
How you
just
guys
haven't
doing?
quite figured out the formula here in Reload. And so, unfortunately, if the Falcons continue to rise this way, I know obviously Trackmania and that's going on, but it might not even have to come down to that, the way Peterborough and Poyo are starting to heat up.
And we're getting a chance to see that club championship ranking right now. Falcons right now with a healthy lead, and I say healthy when it's just only 300 points, considering that if AJL does end up turning it around, they could end up catching up, but right now it's just not looking like it. When we see what's going on so far today, right? What's one thing that has just stuck out with you? Obviously, we've seen Peter, Bot, and Poyo being able to bounce back. Whether it's good or bad, what's like that one thing you're like, oh, okay, I was not expecting that.
H5U.
I think
Said yo.
the amount of really solid NA fighters who just sort of been getting put down quite a bit. Look, one thing that I've always said, even with the whole regional bias gimmick that we all do, the best of the best NA players, the best of the best EU players have always been level peg, right? And I'm not used to seeing get put down.
Yassine and Salvatore as well. I think that's a big surprise for me. We spoke about how these sort of small and region teams are really stepping up to the plate.
Chat,
Those
if
guys
you
managed to
new to
win
the
a game
stream,
today. I think that's probably my biggest surprise from today. It's like, what realistically would we expect from those guys? Because I don't know what to expect from them, especially in the final. We haven't seen them in this position before.
Very true. Now, we've been talking about the game a lot. This is kind of the halftime, right? We're going to take a little bit away from the halftime. We're going to try to have some fun here. I can't have you guys looking that way at all because we...
Well, can we look that way?
Just close your eyes real quick. Just act... Levin, close your eyes. Act like you didn't see it.
We can't look that way. We can't look that way.
No. Just close them. Just close them. Here we go. I'm going to scramble them really fast.
At Veronica Claros 9312.
All right.
Said hi.
You may... Oh, wait, you had your eyes open the whole time. We did it too.
Thank you so much
Okay,
for subscribing.
hold this one.
Thank you.
Just whatever you do, don't look that way.
Whatever I do, do not
Do not look
At
that way.
Teddy2 Bob Lane.
Or you
Said
might
I
have
like
Jacob
this
just
up.
come in and end up...
I don't want to mess with that, guys. I'm a
Bob
baby.
Lane, thank you for the like and the
What do I have
sub.
to do? Hold it.
Hold this one.
Thank you.
Right.
We're going to be playing... Guess who I am.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Chat,
So
who
you guys have
think
two
will win?
cards.
Yep.
I want you guys to
Put it on my
here. You know what? I'm actually gonna move over here.
Okay.
So I make sure you guys
block the
actually
screen.
don't see the screen.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Face each other.
Chat, do you
Okay.
think the Falcon?
Well, they want to see it, so I need
Yeah.
to.
No, I mean, they should be able to.
I'll
Here,
take
like,
yours as
we'll
well.
get a quick one. We'll get a quick
Okay.
one. There you go. This is the one that Levin's gonna be using.
Okay.
That's the one that you're gonna be
Yeah.
using.
Okay.
All right, now face each other.
Okay.
Make sure
And
you
the
guys
card
see
as
each
well.
other. Yeah, in the card as well.
Can see my
Right.
card.
Chat,
You
I
know
can
who
see
my
your
person
card.
is?
Do you know my
Teddy
person?
Two Bob Lane.
I
W
recognize
you
the
welcome.
person. Yeah.
Okay.
I recognize the
And give
person.
each other some clues, and you're gonna have to guess who that person in the card is.
Okay, is my person a professional Fortnite player?
Yes, he is.
Wow. Okay.
How did you know?
Okay.
Is what? Can I get a question?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. One and one, one and
All
one.
right. Is my player here today?
Yeah, they're here today. They're in the building.
They're in the building. Right,
They're in the
okay.
building. Is my player a European player?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he
Okay.
is.
Get a chance to see it, just
Okay,
verify.
so
Okay.
just-
All right, just
there
making
you
sure.
go. Yeah, well, I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
meaning question.
Is my player from one of the quote-unquote smaller regions, so i.e. not EU or NA Central?
Ooh, hold on. Technically,
They
Teddy
play.
Two Bob
They
Lane.
are NA Central.
Said how was your
They
day?
are
I
NA
believe.
Central.
Yeah.
originally,
It's kind of funny,
Oh,
chat.
why you didn't
I
ask me?
stayed up the whole
Okay, okay,
night.
you go.
I
Go to
slept
bed, man.
like
All right,
You
all
were
right.
better than
three
your
No, we
hours.
good, we good, we good, we good. Okay, okay, all right. Go on, go
Then I
on.
got up again, and then I slept again. I
Is
just
my
woke
player
up right
playing
now.
on a club championship
But it's good.
organization?
Good, Teddy.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Okay.
How was
Okay.
your day?
All right.
Has my player won an FNCS before?
No, they've
Oh.
not an FNCS chump.
Not a chump.
They might be a chump, but not a champ. Is my player? Does my player
Chat, I hardly
look
think
like
about that
Zika's
boy will
prime?
win.
Ooh.
Ooh.
No.
Okay.
All right.
They will
Meaning?
win.
Is my player the
At Teddy Two
IGL
Bob Lane.
in the duo?
Said
Yeah, they're
good.
the leader.
They're the
Nice.
leader.
They're the leader.
Okay,
Yeah, they're the
okay.
leader.
Good to know.
They're always IGL it. Always. Always IGL it.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Is my player a fragger?
no.
Or not a fragger?
Not a fragger.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You're narrowing it down. I'm gonna give you
Yeah,
guys
One
Let's
more
say-
question each and then we start guessing, or we just got to start guessing?
two more questions each,
okay,
and then
okay.
you have to guess.
Okay. Okay. What's your question?
I got a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
I'm still trying to block the screen. So don't be looking
Okay.
this way.
Is my player playing with his current duo in this event?
No. They're not playing with their usual. They're not playing with the people we're used to seeing them play with.
Right,
No,
right,
no,
right,
Not,
right,
not
right.
whatsoever. Has
Motherfucker.
did my duo win an FNCS this year?
This year?
Did my player win an FNCS this year?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, wait. You ready to lock in your answer or not yet? You still have one more
So
question.
one more question. Okay.
So I have one more. I have one more, right?
But if you answer it before he does, then guess who wins?
Okay. No,
So you wanna win or-
I'm gonna use my extra
Okay,
question. I'm gonna
all
use my
right.
extra
You can use your lifeline too.
Okay. What's your question, man? Come on.
What is my
Level
question?
looks good in
My
the short
question
though, Jack.
is:
Uh-huh.
Is this player, does he have blonde hair?
No, I couldn't even imagine them with blonde hair. No, absolutely not.
Don't look that way.
Absolutely not. No cheating.
I'm not
Me,
cheating,
man.
mate. I'm not cheating. I don't
Okay.
cheat.
My final question is. Oh, okay. Oh, let me be tactical here.
This is the last one. Last one.
Okay. I know. Can I just guess my play actually?
Oh, he wants to go
actually,
for the
he
win.
wants to go
No,
for
wait,
it.
you can guess it. You can guess
Is
it.
my player Acorn?
No,
No. What?
I can answer that one.
Yeah.
You want to ask a question or you want to try to
okay.
take a guess?
Oh,
I had it locked in.
not an FNCS winner. IGL in the duo. Not playing with his usual teammate. The blonde threw me off. I was gonna say, I'm gonna guess Rapid, but he's blonde, isn't he?
No, definitely not blonde.
Rapid is wrong.
Trust
Rapid
me.
is wrong.
Rapid is your player is not rapid.
Yeah, your player
player is
is
not
not blonde.
Not blonde.
Player is not blonde.
No. Sometimes some people would say he's not a player.
Yeah.
Not a player whatsoever. You just
Not a
didn't ask,
player?
and I'm giving you a hint.
Yeah. Where's my hint? I don't get
no.
it.
Your
What's
hint,
What's my hint?
I'm gonna let you look that way really quick. All right, wait, hold on. Do this. I'm gonna let you face it to the camera.
Okay.
Face the card to the camera.
Yeah, face the
All
card
right.
to the camera.
You get less than a second to turn. That's the biggest hint. Yeah, look at the monitor and then come back to us.
Well, he just looked at the answer.
Or did he? Or did he? How good is his eyesight? That's the big question.
Didn't you say my play was an IGL?
Yeah.
Okay.
How has he not got it?
I didn't see.
Even looking at the screen, bro.
That's why I
It's
said
Malibu
1
card.
second, bro. That's why I said 1 second.
Chad,
Okay,
even they gave him a
alright,
hint of
wait,
even
do you have a
watching
guess?
and looking at it.
Because you haven't guessed yet.
I haven't.
gave you
I
a
guess
hint
right.
too.
Yeah, you gave me a hint.
Give you a big hint.
Well, not a player. That's
Not a
that's
player.
The one.
Wait, let's go down from it, right?
No.
Not
Yeah,
a player.
Not a player. Would
Not
IGL
definitely
his
not
team,
blonde.
would lead his team. But
How
not
could he
IGL.
not
in
guess
the
it,
building.
Levin? What
Yes.
are you doing?
Oh my goodness! Everyone at home is probably laughing at me right now.
Definitely an IGL.
Chat, if you're new to the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are watching the
Flips?
EWC Grand Finals, chat.
All right, last one.
You said my
We
player
are
was NA?
watching Grand
No.
EWC
Oh,
Finals.
they're not.
No.
Is my player Lewa or Romero? Sorry.
Nah,
No.
Levin.
No, boys.
It's
We
not-
tried. We tried.
Oh, man.
Sometimes
We see.
Can I look at my answer now?
y'all can see.
Oh, bugger off.
You're not an IGL.
Brother, I was trying to help you.
That was bad by me.
It was so obvious,
That was
Levin.
bad by me.
They
I'm
even
actually
let him
disappointed. I
watch
thought I
the
should've won
stream
that.
and
should
he
have-
saw
I
it.
thought you would-
I
I
should've
bet you
watched
should
give me more hints.
a
Levin,
split
you
second.
know what? I did
but he
only.
missed it.
I think the hint I gave you, I should have gave you at least 2 seconds because that was a big. That was a quick
quick. I
turn.
didn't
That was a
see
quick
it.
turn.
Yeah, it's a small screen. I
Yeah,
can't-
you know,
it's
you
not-
can
Yeah,
keep
but
that
it's
one if
really
you
hard
want
to
to. If
guess
you want me to
that.
give you a signature
You never-
for it, I got you too.
You never asked if it was a player. You just assumed it was a
Yeah,
player.
true. That's
you
so
never
true.
asked.
Did I say is he playing or did I say is he in the building?
You said,
No, you
are they
just
in the
went
building
straight
today?
player.
Oh, my
You said,
goodness,
are they
yeah.
here today? Like, yeah, they're in our presence, but not
Well,
on stage.
boys, it's time. It's time for us to stop guessing, and it's time for this teams to start clutching up because we're about to go to
Game
the stage.
6. Let's go.
Taco, I think
There
Mini was
goes
set
the
up there
bus, Chad.
just a little
Chad,
bit.
even
In a
if it's
tie,
soon, don't
I
forget
have
to
to
like
give
and
that one to
subscribe
Mini,
too.
but he was asking all the wrong questions.
Is he an IGL? Is crazy work. You know what, though? Seven has been a fearless leader for all of us at some point throughout this weekend, but we'll have to wait and see what kind of
Slaughter
Fortnite
rush. Here we
abilities
go.
he'll be able to sort of lead the charge with. But
Match 6.
we're back, Jacob.
Game 6.
Game number 6, and every single one of these players had a chance to review, calm the nerves, whatever there might have been left over from the starting
No,
point,
Bolt
and
is
just
gone.
get
Bolt is down.
everything going if they haven't already. And
Malibuka.
Malibuka got one piece out of Khan. Not healthy enough to try and deal with Chino, though. Chino might have to go for the reload, but Malibuka's
Oh,
gonna
damn it,
simply
no!
too far. Chino able to get away with that one, but man, not what you would expect to see.
Not something you see every day either. Knew he was getting rushed, trying to make something happen, but splat
How did he
straight
just
down,
fall and
right
die?
back to
I
the
thought there
reboot.
is that animation where
Z-Dog
you
steals
fall
away
and
Chino's
do
elimination. He
this.
tries to push on over
And
to
then you
Josh.
get up.
Lands the
down.
shot, but Iamzo's there to back him up. This is their actual drop spot. They're not doing any sort of antics here to try to get early game eliminations. They're just trying to defend what is theirs, but there is still not only one team, but a few players towards the outskirts that they have to watch out for. Z-Dog, Goofy, that's going to be the other one. Faded going ahead and landing some shots onto Goofy,
One
making
goes
sure
in,
that
get
Josh
up
and
there.
Iamzo might have a little bit of an easier shot. On the other side of the map, though, Shark and Teeny continuing the ball rolling, getting a nice knock onto Spinks, and already having their line of sight onto Muzz.
Poor Muzz, he'll be forced to sit and wait. He knows the most important part right now is just ensuring that Sphinx can at least become a participant to this lobby again. Still, it's not like he really has much of a choice. Shark and Teeny, they've timed it perfectly. They know that Muzz is just going to be a sitting duck here. Shark already going to get a decent exchange, and Teeny
Yo,
just to
Shark
close the
has
gap
been
even
focused
further.
this whole
Nosip and Izzy nearly caught Shocker off guard there, but good responsive fire, head on a swivel type feet, and well, Shark's not going to be one that Nosip and Izzy want to try and contend with
boys.
just yet.
Yeah, even if they have no intention on moving on over towards Shark and Teeny anymore. You have to be very, very careful that Shark and Teeny don't take the fight to them. With Muzz rebooting back in, that gives him at least one target to go after. But Izzy, the audio visuals, reveals himself, so he's immediately becoming the focus. But he trades that first shot onto Teeny, forcing him to back down. But Shark is there as well, trying to make sure they have a good 1-2 punch combo in this fight. And there goes the persistence coming out of Nosef, seeing that his teammate did take a bit of damage. He's just continuously trying to close the gap, but it's Izzy who actually continues to take the fight to Teeny. They get the elimination and force Shark to run away.
Shark and Teeny ran into that building like they meant business, but it was Izzy and Nosef who immediately said, "You're not, I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me."
So locked.
Problems already starting to compile though, because Momsy and Skyjump, they're only about 100 points off, 99 to be exact, at the starting stage here before they hit that match point. All they would need after that is a victory royale, Jacob, but we've yet to see them even get one on the day, and so it's going to be very problematic.
Costa, how you doing, brother?
It is just not easy to deal with everyone who's had these opportunities to come up with a new strategy.
Yeah, I'm just hoping in their
Costa,
case
we are
they're not
watching
showing
the
their hands too
EWC
early.
Grand
This early
Finals.
game going against Muzz and Sphinx. Sphinx especially fresh off the reboot, but he's not able to stay alive long enough to reunite with Muzz, so he's
Chat, who
gonna
do you
go
think will
down
win, chat?
and kind of be stuck by himself as
My
a
money's on
solo.
Peter
He has to be
Button for you.
careful. Full team on the outskirts still nearby, but again, constant action all around the map here. And Reload is faded, gets that elimination onto Goofy. And you can see Skyjump making sure to attack the freshly respawned players. Even with Muzz getting control of that slurp truck, he's still gonna go down. So Skyjump, Momsy get their first elimination of this game.
Shark and Teeny, they'll continue.
They are fast
to
too,
just
by the
shut
way,
Muzz
chat.
down every single
Skyjump
attempt from
and
Muzz
Momsy.
and Sphinx just to try and stabilize for even a couple of moments. Just not even being the slightest bit factored in here. Everyone around the area just chasing them. And Pete Pollo right now.
Said yo, what a throw.
Our analyst
Yo,
did a great
chill
job
guy,
breaking it
my
down, that
goats.
top 10.
What's up, bro?
Jacob, this is a tough
My
one for you.
goats.
I mean, I feel pretty good from what I've been seeing.
How you doing,
here
buddy?
today,
How's
but
your
Pete
day?
Pollo, look at like NA's last hope right now.
Yeah, for all of the region really relying on them to perform. And honestly, so is the entire Falcons organization for that club championship, putting a lot of pressure on them to perform for a multitude of reasons. Skyjump Momsy closing the gap. Less than 100 points to go before they're officially on that match point. And then all they would need to do is get that victory royale. And they're staying around this spot. This is where they got that elimination onto Muzz, forced it out, and kind of left Sphinx here. And because Sphinx has been stuck here for so long, he only has 4 builds. Look at Muzz, he's been hunted around, only 11. These guys are going through it this game.
And the even bigger issue still is
Chat,
knowing
how's your
that they're
day
not even
going?
that close to each
How's
other.
everybody
It's going to
doing,
take
chat?
them so much time before they're even going to have a real opportunity to try and reunite. They're both stuck, huddled away in corners. Shark, one more time, to get another review of just how he's able to chase Muzz out for yet another elimination. And it feels like if it's not Shark and Teeny, if it's not Izzy and Nosif, it's going to be just another team entirely. Minifio, though, also getting active across the map. The Magic Pistol still
my favorite.
proving to be very problematic. You can get that first shot accuracy in, but for Sky and Skull, you're talking about
they really
club
went through
championship
it,
points. And AGAL
They've been
definitely
playing
going to
for
be
3
rooting
days
these
straight.
guys on in the secondary half here because they've got a long ways to go before they hit that match point threshold.
Yep, and so far another team has fallen. Goofy and Z-Dog out. Yassine
Shark
and
is just something
Salvatore
else, Jack.
out. Sphinx just gets dropped yet again.
Shark
You can kind of
is
see
something
in the
else.
mini-map, right?
Chat,
Shark
if
and
you're
Teeny are
interested,
one of
don't
the
forget to like
only
and
teams over here
subscribe.
other than Muzz and Sphinx. And because
need
they're
this
still in the
to
zone, Muzz is going to continuously respawn right above Sphinx. Or I should say Sphinx is going to respawn above Muzz over and over and over. And because they're inside of the zone, there's almost nowhere for Sphinx to land. So he's definitely going to have a tough one this game. Going to need to really figure out how they're going to get back. Muzz might have to start thinking about how he's going to play the rest of this one as a solo.
That last glide over shot, though, Teeny and Shark, they diverted their attention towards Cammy and Hari, who are actually a leaderboard threat currently. Shark, Teeny, they'll have none of it. At least getting one half of the duo. Hari going to be forced to retreat, but
thank y'all for
it's not going to be easy. Teeny sizing him up, knows that he's got Hari a bit locked down here. Because even if Ari manages to scramble out of this one, he still has to remember there are so many other teams close by that potentially look to pick him off on the escape route. So Shark and Teeny watching their angles also, not trying to get caught off guard. Teeny will take over that front while Shark contends with Ari, and that's just going to be 4 eliminations already.
I really don't even know how Shark and Teeny have 2 teams trapped in this position, but in comes a third. Skyjump and Momsy probably hearing all the noise. They want to have a little bit of fun. Big shots onto Shark. Unfortunately enough, teammates aren't there to finish it up, but they switch their focus on over to Teeny, dropping him down to 50 HP or less, and they're looking to continue that chase. And it looks like almost for a second, Teeny might have created enough distance, but Momsy just keeping that bird's eye view over above. Muzz is there as well, so it could be a chance for him to get that elim and get back in the game.
The crowd buff is so real, though. Momsy and Skyjump are just playing with a whole different sort of confidence here today. And the fact that they were able to send Teeny packing, that might be the one benefit that Muzz might manage to actually survive. Shark is going to be forced to just sit tight with this duo, doesn't want to allow for any kind of hiccups. They know that they've got a decent amount of elimination points already. They need to start prioritizing, making sure they have enough materials and they have enough builds and loadout to actually play the rest of the game with.
Yeah, especially since now the zone is forcing them away from Dirty Docks. All these eliminations they got early on, finally they're able to reap the reward, kind of maxing out their materials, gaining some extra resources. Skyjump, Momsy, I'm not sure if they know Sky and Scroll has lurked their way all over here, and not even just over in this direction, but with a little bit of elevation. But the fight continues. Shark, Teeny, Muzz, and Sphinx, and it was looking good for Muzz for a moment. Full shield, full HP, a chance at a loadout, but Shark and Teeny turned that one right back around.
Poor Sphinx, man. Just, what do you even do? You've got to spend so much time just delayed from any semblance of your original game plan strategy to open things up in Game 6. And also a friendly reminder, Jacob, we are switching things over. No more Elite Stronghold. We are on Slurp Rush. And that is clearly shifting a lot of these aggressive patterns. We know that once we cross that halfway point, teams are going to start trying to whip out all the stops to make sure that they can match up with that match point threshold, because there's just too many teams within that top 5 entirely that have a clear shot half right now. And if they're the first ones to the punch, what happens to the rest of the lobby? You're just sitting and watching and waiting and hoping that they don't actually hit that victory royale after the fact.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough, and it's going to be daunting. We always talk about the physical. The mental is just as important. 6 zone, that's why you see not pressed for time. Skyjump, Moms, even Sky and Scroll, slow to rotate on over. They know they have the extra med kits, though. The timing is, for the most part, on their side. They just got to figure out a way to kind of position themselves inside of the zone so that when it opens up, they're definitely A-okay, but they don't want to make too much noise. They want to go ahead and see if anybody else around and makes a mistake on their rotation.
A little bit of chaos between Pete, Poyo, Darm, Deemish. Darm, Deemish made sure, though, to distance themselves. Not really all too interested in a full commit here just yet, but
said
Pete and Poyo,
get a skin if you have V-Bucks.
this is definitely their backyard over at Slurpy Swamp. Hari and Cammy kind of lingering the outskirts of it. Shark, Teeny also going to start making their way towards that more central position. There are just so many slurp barrels, so many different ways, though, for teams
have
to
V-Bucks, but I want to give one of my mods
the
battle pass today.
But Shark, Teeny, gotta watch your back. Nothing's ever for free, nothing's ever safe. But Jacob, the question I want to pose to you is, what's been the biggest problem for so many of NA's heavy hitters here today?
I just think it's just so much chaos. It's not necessarily what they would use to in an NA lobby, and then obviously
Chat, if you're new to the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Are just much better at fighting and being able to hold their own other than the competition. But
yes, but I want to give to one of my mods the battle pass today.
On top, 4,600
you already already
points.
got a skin,
AGL
so-
in second, 4,300
PLS
points.
Bro.
It's only a 300-point difference,
At
Taco,
Kiwi
and that
I'm
puts
sorry,
the
bro.
importance on the
Said this
performance
is
of
the
Peter
last
Button,
one.
Pollo, and Sky and Scroll in this
sorry.
competition.
And we know that there is millions of dollars on the line between that
At
Club
Kiwi
Championship
Frog Fan.
Series. We know that there's $1 million
like it was
on
3
the line
weeks ago.
just for this finals performance, but also have to remember there are other orgs
Sorry, bro.
participating in this Club Championship.
Chat, if you're
too
new
at
to the
DWC
stream, don't
weekend.
forget to like and
Being down to the
subscribe.
wire here, week number
Please.
7, there is opportunity for teams inside of that top 10 to overtake each other, depending
Reboot
on
does-
how
yeah, it's
everything
turned off
actually
now.
shakes up here.
Reboot is off.
Rocky Sports
About to
even
get
looking
interested
at
now.
Cammy and Hari and
At
how
Zayd
they've actually
Costa.
been able to perform on the day. And
Said you.
these guys are sneaky.
Yo,
they're
Zayd
sly
Costa, what's
about
up,
it
bro?
Because
At Zayd
they're not
Costa.
necessarily going to hog the
Said
spotlight by any
WSP.
means their gameplay, but they are consistent.
What's
defenders.
up,
Yeah, they're
Costa?
a team that you don't necessarily expect to see at the top of the leaderboard,
At
but come
Kiwi
game
Frog
time,
Fan.
they usually always
PLS
are.
Brew.
Sharkatini, though, using the water to try to gain as many shields as possible. They just got to make
At
sure to
Kiwi
stick
Frog Fan.
deep in
Said
those waters.
PLS,
Teeny
just
already full health,
PLS,
so it's
this
really
is
going to
the
be up to
last
Shark.
one.
The audio visuals is definitely going to let them know, but you can see he's just trying to spread out the loot, making sure Teeny has enough. He is going to be the guy leading the charge, tarping and building the path for them a good
Shark is
portion of the
fragging
time.
like crazy,
Putting
chat.
builds between each other and Sky, Scroll. They're going to need a refresh. And
Sky
they're
and
going to need
Scroll,
it
my
ASAP.
second favorite.
They do not have a whole lot left to work with. And with the whole lobby kind of looking their way,
At
it's only a
Danny
matter of
Richardson,
time before they get
ZH2FM.
fully pinpointed
Said
and
can I be
collapsed
gifted
on.
battle pass?
And when the entire lobby is looking at you
Battle
with these
Pass, I'm
color
gifting
rifles
my
and
mods
whatnot,
today.
SMGs, Jacob, it is just so difficult to actually hold your walls. You just lose all of your material counts, especially the hard mats, in seconds.
Mods,
Right,
if you're
typically,
watching,
you
drop
kind of see
your
Shark continue
username
play
in
for the
chat.
high ground, dodging this portion of
At
the game.
Dachel Guy
You see the launch pad
123.
coming out as well, and they want to
Said,
continue
"Yo, chat, don't beg
that
for
to be the
things,
case.
ask
Sky and
once, and
Scroll,
you
a
will
little
be
bit of a
put on
mess
a
up
list,
on their
I think.
shockwave, but they go ahead and
All my
solo
mods are going
shockwave
to
their
get
way
the
on
battle
out,
pass.
and that's
The
what's going
mods,
to cost them. They
if
separated for a
you don't
second.
have the battle
and that mere
pass, drop your
second cost
username
them
in chat.
everything, and they
Richardson,
both
ZH2FM.
actually fall. Rapid
Said,
gets one,
please.
Josh gets the
At
other,
Danny
and they end the
Richardson,
run of
ZH2FM.
AGAL in this game.
It's like vultures
"Can I
in
have
this
battle
lobby.
pass?"
The moment that
At Kiwi
you're just a
Frog
little
Fan.
bit too late to the party,
Said,
there's
"Why
no
only
such
mods,
thing as
bro?"
fashionably
Because they
late.
deserve
Against
it.
these
Richardson,
end-game moments.
ZH2FM.
Hari and Cammy, though,
Said, "I'm just
not
a
really
chili."
getting much,
At
if
Kiwi
any
Frog
time,
Fan.
to try and
Said,
pause
"Can
it
I be
and
mod
wait,
so I
and
can
just
get a
like
skin?"
that.
You already
I mean,
got a
Yamzo
skin last
Danny
able
time,
to
bro.
pick
Richardson,
off Cammy
ZH2FM.
clean outright.
Said,
Josh
"I
and
don't got
Yamzo
enough
really
money."
sending it on this last-ditch effort here in Game 6.
At
They're
Danny
really trying to make up for some lost time.
Richardson,
And we know they could frag out with
Said
the
is
best
my
of them.
user.
They could dominate the low ground. They just got to show it. As Peter Bot and Pollo are now starting to elevate themselves on the high
Yeah, they
ground.
got hype
we have
too.
seen this
Nice.
song. We have Dance
At
This
Kiwi
Dance.
Frog
And now
Fan.
Teeny is becoming
Said
the pure
Yet
focus of
He
Peter Bot and
couldn't
Pollo.
finish
Trying to take
that
it down.
kill.
And the
Yeah,
knock
he
is gonna
got
come
it, he
through.
got
The
it. Peter
elimination
Bot
is
got
what
that
they're
kill.
looking for.
Cause I don't
And
want
Peter Bot
anything
knows now
that's
he's
not
safe
only
to actually
mods,
take
bro.
over that next
Oh
red
my
side.
God,
Man,
Peter
Bot is
and
crazy.
Rainbow are gonna get pieced
Said
up the moment that they
What?
try to head forward and just
At Danny Richardson,
only moments left
ZH2FM.
between Mumsy and
Said, "Can I
Skyjump
please
are
have battle
leader
pass?"
Yo, Skyjump is dead.
champions currently. And yet Mumsy praying
Chat, if
that
you're
this
new to the
Beckett is
stream,
gonna
don't
buy him
forget
enough
to
time.
like
He
and
has
subscribe.
managed to just claw his
The
way
battle
into the
pass
placement
today,
period.
today I'm
but
gifting
Jacob
only
still,
mods,
it's nowhere
only
near enough.
mods,
They're gonna
chat.
need so much more to keep a good hold on this lead.
At
Yeah,
Danny
the win
Richardson,
definitely is not
ZH2FM.
going to be enough.
Said,
Especially
"I really
Peter Bot
want
and
Sonic."
Pollo. You got to get elims like that. And now they turn their
Yo.
attention. Teeny did get revived back on up. Well played by Shark to make sure his duo is by his side every step of the way. And even when they separated there again, he finds his way back, knowing that there's
Again.
so much pressure. One person can't handle it alone, but Teeny's going to fall. Shark's
Fix
going to be
it,
left
drop it.
by himself. No materials and a dream right now
Yeah,
that he
Shark
hopes to
is
make
dead.
become a reality. But is he a no-sip? They displace him, force him down low into the Lion's Den.
Yeah.
Shark took that
At
opportunity.
Mumsy's
though, knew
dead
that there
too.
wasn't a weapon
ZH2FM.
drawn, so at least be able to
Said, "I
escape.
suck
But
if ya give
everyone
me."
is just
At Danny
dropping. They
Richardson,
can't afford to
ZH2FM.
try and challenge Pete
Said,
and
"Please."
Pollo on the high ground. Pete and Pollo are just causing so much pressure, so much suppressive fire. Shark and Teeny are going to be fully eliminated. It looks like Vico and
At
Malibu
Dashel
are now
Guy
going to try to play catch up
123.
to where the zone is
Chill,
going.
guy.
Though I've
Today
never
I'm
got
gifting
anything
only
to
mods.
give
I'm
me
gifting
shadow
only
keys.
mods.
Lost in
If
the
you don't have
mess
the
of it
battle
all,
pass,
and
just drop
Malaproof
me your
will be forced
username in
to
chat.
try and look like a
I'll
fragger.
give it
And
to
they're
you.
just way too high up in the
At
name of
Running
Peter Haterbot and Pollo. I'm not sure too many teams can actually go up there and try to contest them for the height. and it's even that much harder as Izzy is to dominate the low ground yet again. Down goes
Chat, if you're
Gold,
new to the
down
stream,
goes
don't forget to
Rapid,
like
making
and
it that much
subscribe.
easier for them to go into flow state down below. But
At
Peterbot
Danny
and Poyo,
Richardson,
they're dropping down. You can see they don't have a lot of material. They have to go ahead and reach some of this reward. But Izzy's gonna fall. No more miracles for him. It's all up to Nosif.
That might be the best
At
case
Danny
scenario too for
Richardson,
Peterbot and Poyo
ZH2FM.
because Izzy and Nosif getting
Said
shut down this
PC.
early. Malibuka
At
cleaned
Dachel
up also.
Dynamics
Peterbot and Poyo
123.
find exactly what
Yeah,
they're looking
Said
for.
Peterbot.
Teamish and
Battle
Darm
Pass.
now
Nice.
trying to stay
Good about
on
my
top,
Danny
but they're
tech
still
Richardson,
stuck
ZH2.
underneath.
They're winning this,
Kanata
chat.
and Victor
Said I am
B
broke.
trying to see if they could be the cutoff point. Poyo
Danny
even doing
Nice.
himself a favor here with that
ZH2FM.
first knock onto Deemish.
Said, can
Nosif
anyone
still
gift
a
me Battle
solo
Pass?
left kicking underneath, but Kanata and Victor B, they've got the distraction factor right now for Pete and Poyo.
Yeah, persistence is key for Pete and
Top
Poyo.
three.
They're unlocking opportunity after opportunity here, but Darm
Victor
by
V,
himself,
Canada,
he's
are
the
still
only
alive
solo left between two
Darm
duos.
dead.
A big shot from each of them going to
Poyo.
take him down. Peterbot and Poyo get both of those eliminations, but find themselves in a 2v2 situation. Central
2v2.
versus West, North America
No,
versus North
Poyo's
America,
down.
and it's Victor V and Kanata that find that first elimination onto Poyo, bringing it down to a 2v1 situation. Victor V with his hand full against Peterbot.
No.
He finds the
At
elimination,
Danny
and he does it
Richardson,
big for
ZH2.
Dickens.
No.
Not the first
Said my
time that
user
we've seen
exciting
Victor
pants
B is the
78.
counter for Peterbot, but still a great effort out
At
of
Dachel
Pete and
Dynamics
Poyo. The
123.
million-dollar question before
Said,
Game
stop
6 even
begging for
started
things,
off is,
chat. He said
where's
only
NA
mods.
been so far today?
You already
And
got
I
the
think
battle
we just
pass?
got our answer,
Okay,
Jacob.
okay,
They have
chill, guy.
started to finally come online here in Game 6.
I like the way you said that. Major
If you
tournament
want a skin, you
after
can let me
major
know.
tournament. It's that kid right
No.
there, Victor V, that takes out some of the biggest stars of them all. And he's
No
one of those
way.
players qualifying from the North American West region. He go ahead and teams with Kanata coming from Central,
Yeah, they
and he
got
took
good
it upon
placement
himself
points,
to
though.
go ahead and
Peter
switch
and Poyo.
regions. He said, hey, if I want to take myself to the next level, I have to play with and against some of the best players in the world.
Gotta be appreciative, though, of Victor V and Kanata just pulling themselves one step closer to trying to stay in challenging range of that match point threshold. With so many other duos already that much further ahead of them, they know just how crucial every single one of these secondary half matches have actually become.
Yeah, and you kind of look at some of the teams that fell throughout the course of that one. We had Skyjump Momsy go down. We had Hardy Cammy go down. Peterbot and Poyo didn't get their win. So you got to
They
look at that
almost had it,
leaderboard, and
though.
still no one is on match point. So it's still anyone's game. Hopefully everybody at
Chat,
home is ready for the
Poyo
long
is
haul.
low-key
but
so
think what
humble.
things
This
might
kid
have
is
looked
so
like,
humble,
though, if
chat.
Malibuka and Vika have been able to actually see things through as a duo, but that's part of the chaos that starts to break out, especially when you have a team that's able to so strongly hold onto hype for as long as Pete and Poyo did. It really left no other options but for the teams underneath them to keep trying to siphon off as many refreshes as they could string together, because you're not going to make your way back up top anytime soon. Not with Pete and Poyo looking you down.
Yeah, just kind of look at their faces. They
Victor
win,
V.
they celebrate, and realize, hey, it's time to get right back to work. Job's not done just yet. And now kind of look locked, loaded, ready to go. Almost like that didn't happen, but obviously a huge confidence boost for them. Not only winning the game, but like I said, taking out the players that they did throughout the course of that one.
Where is
Going
his
ahead
dad? Where is Victor
and turning
V's
that
dad?
momentum around. We just got to see them continue it here. We're not going to be switching maps.
Where's
We will
Victor
stay
V's dad,
on the
Chad?
slurp rush, but
I know
I
he's
do
there.
think with players
He was
realizing
interviewed
they're running out of
yesterday.
time, things might continue to switch
Yeah,
up.
Peter's the
Just
best.
don't hold your breath. But Victor V, you gotta also love the fact he's probably given Pop so many heart attacks this weekend. But hey, that's part of the fun of Fortnite competitive after all. But listen, guys, Game 6 just concluded. We'll have Game 7 coming up shortly. But for right now, we'll be right back.
Victor V. Canada. Yo, chat, if you're new to the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe, please.
At Dachel Dynamics 123. Said, can I have the Galaxy Scout skin?
I got you, I got you. Chat, make sure you're using code heropee22 in the item shop too. Chief guy, I'll give you after the tournament. I've turned off my Fortnite.
Canada upsetting Falcons there at the end. And one thing we've been seeing, Kelly, so far today, we've been having a lot of challenges with the high ground. This one, for Falcons, they weren't really challenged that much. You kind of secured them that second place.
And honestly, it's what we've seen Peter and Poyo do time and time again, whether it's the Reload Elite Series or if it's the Major 2 Finals. They love to take high ground just a little bit early, and even when they were still low HP, they built up that tower, waited for zone to pull in their favor, and they were able to claim high ground for pretty much the entirety of that endgame. But Canada and Victor V are the real victors of this game. Of course, you know, the representations of NA West is something that I'm excited to see, although you got to put an asterisk next to that name because I'm pretty certain they're representing just all of NA right now. But Vivid, great game for the first game of Slurp Rush.
Listen, during that long break, of course, you know, we were halfway through the competition, or at least, you know, quote unquote, halfway through the competition. Who knows how many games we're going to play today. During that little bit of a break, I got the chance to talk to two teams. One of them was Peterbot and Poyo. The other one was Canada and Victor V. Both of them shared the same exact sentiment, that they could not wait for Slurp Rush to come around. And immediately on our first game on the Slurp Rush map, we can see them get first and second place there in 11. Look, take a look at this. The standings are showing it already.
You talked about who you spoke to during the break. During the break, I spoke to Pops.
Oh,
I saw Pops. I said, yo, Pops, it's not looking
Hi,
good. He
how
said,
you doing, Corey?
Never, man, I don't know, man. We might
How
need
are
some
you doing,
lemon
Corey?
for the next half of the
Corey,
competition.
what's your username?
Looks like they didn't need it. Slurp Rush was enough to get the
Fortnite.
job done for them. Clearly feeling much more comfortable. This is what we want to see
Drop
from
it in
these two.
chat.
and as we're looking at the top of the leaderboard here, a bit of a switch up too, right? Peterbot and Poyo, they have been able to bounce back. Shark and Teeny is still a bit of a question mark, and something that we've been noticing more and more too is that Shark is the remaining player of that duo quite often, Levin. And when we look at the body
I'm
language
giving
from
mods
Shark,
the butterfly.
especially
You
once
don't
he ends up
have
getting
it.
eliminated, he always looks towards
Mods
Teeny, and I'm
only.
starting to
And you
see
are a mod, so yes.
some is it starting
Some
body
You're
language?
good, I'm good,
Yeah.
sir.
Conscious team blaming going on here.
Oh.
Maybe that is. And honestly, when you're in the position these guys have been in, at a certain point, yeah, you do start to look over. across
Chill
the
guy,
stage and
what's
go,
your username?
"Hey,
Sorry, I
Chill guy
forgot.
some help,
Just
man.
type it in chat.
Help a brother out. So
Said Corey,
hopefully they
he's
can stay on the same
gifting only
page and
admins.
don't rift too far apart.
Yeah,
But
Corey's admin
it's
too.
not over,
Corey
like,
and
they're still
Chill
there,
guy,
like,
drop
they're
your
still in touch and
username.
distance.
Especially considering that that was probably one of the weaker performances
At
we saw.
Gunblaze.
They still ended off with a
Said
ton of
you should
eliminations.
gift
They
me.
had 7 eliminations by Zone 6. So even if they aren't able to place very well in the end game, the fact that they're able to garner
At
20 to 30
Dachel
points just in the early game,
123.
it means so much more.
The
Said
nature of
Nate
sometimes when you have players like
12
this, right, that
Davis.
are expecting to be at the
At
top,
Corey1.
and they're not there.
Said Hero, can
We
you
might start getting to
PLS
them. Even
gift me
if
a
they
skin
continue
like
with those
Kim
great
K
performances, they want to be at the
PLSPC?
top.
I just
But that's
got
the
the
weird
battle
thing, though,
pass
Seven, is
earlier,
that they
faced
were
with
at the
tears
top
of
over the
joy.
course of the first
Okay.
3 games. I mean, me and you had a
At
conversation.
Did you
It was
code
like,
heropee22
Said
in the item
Hero
shop,
Hero
Corey?
It's immediate for Shark
At
T, but
Dachel
last 3 games have been a little bit rough for
123.
them. Hopefully they can pick it
Said
back up.
Galaxy
I'm
Scout,
hoping that they'll
please.
be able to pick it back up. I mean,
At
at one
Kiwi
point we
Frog
did look at each
Fan.
other. We're like, you know what? I think
Said
it's
PLS
time.
Bro.
Chat, make
Just
sure
give
you
them the
drop
trophy,
in
but it's not
code
looking like that as our teams are
heropee22
bouncing
in the
back.
item
But it's time
shop.
we go into game
At
7.
Kiwi Frog Fan.
Hey, listen,
Said
at the end of the day,
PLS.
what I'm seeing is a law
At
of
Kiwi Frog
averages.
Fan.
You know, you can't
Hey,
continue
Galaxy
to win
Scout.
it all and dominate.
At
You're going to have
Dunblaze.
your ups, you're going to have your
Said
downs.
I have you
Peter
added.
Bot,
I've
Boyo,
been in your
Victor
streams
V,
for months and
Canada,
I'm subscribed.
NA finally
At
starting to show
Kiwi
us a little
Frog
life,
Fan.
and it's about time.
Yeah, it's
Said
good to see.
PLS.
It's nice to see. It's nice to see the competition
At
going the
Corey
distance
One.
here as well.
Said my
A little
user
bit
is
longer than maybe some people were expecting. I think a lot of people were
10cattle9378.
expecting
You
awful
have me
dominance from
added,
Shark
bro.
and Teeny. It's just
At Kiwi
not
Frog
been
Fan.
the last few games that they would
Said
have liked to remember
PLS.
for them.
At
Fourth place
Kiwi
right
Frog
now,
Fan.
but they
Said
can pull it back.
PLS.
And I think that's the thing about this
At
team and
Kiwi
Shark and
Frog
Teeny.
Fan.
Yes, the analysts broke down. They
Said
maybe
PLS,
a little bit
I
of their
am sub.
chemistry is just shaken
Kiwi
up a little
Frog
bit,
Fan.
but they're so
Said
good individually
PLS, I
and as
am
a team.
sub.
Remember, they won
At
3 of the
Corey
qualifiers
One.
here to get to this
Said
event
yes, I
entirely.
did, bro.
So they just need to
At
reignite that,
Dunblaze.
like what we've seen from Peter Bottom
Said
Poyo.
can you gift
Well,
me?
looking at Peter Bot and Poyo
At
do
Kiwi
very
Frog
well right
Fan.
now. If you're
Said
AGAL
PLS, bro.
fan, and you're
At
looking at
Kiwi
those
Frog
club
Fan.
championship points right now,
Said
Sky
class
and
was.
Scroll have slipped their
Kiwi
way
Frog
down
Fan.
to 16th place,
Said
entering into match number 7. So we'll be keeping close tabs on them. Bolts is going to be the first to get eliminated here. Again, just a massive upsetting performance so far from Acorn and Bolts, as they've been trying to find their bearings
Chat, if you're
here
new
in
to
this
stream, don't
tournament.
forget to like and
Darwin
subscribe.
Demis staying as consistent as ever. They're right in the middle of the tournament here.
At Corey Kwan.
I think this sort of goes to show
Said
as well
could
how
PLS have the Kim
little
K
the actual
bundle
Battle Royale
PLS.
experience
At Dachel Guido Mix
actually plays a part in
123.
Reload. You know, we're
Said
looking at
stop
back-to-back
spamming
major
bro.
champions of Major 1 and Major
At
2
Kiwi Frog
in
fan.
Sky and Scroll, down at the bottom
Said
of the leaderboard.
PLSSS.
Right. Bolts and Acorn down at the bottom of the leaderboard. It's like, it is a completely different game, and it's a completely different way of playing. And I think if you'd asked anyone at the beginning of the day, would you expect Skyjump and Momsy to make a big splash today and end up in first place after 6 games? I think they would have just laughed in your face.
Yeah, it's definitely a level of play style that seems to be rewarded pretty heavily.
Yeah.
Definitely here on the tournament. Well, so far, so good. A couple Elims going back and forth. Malibu is going to fall. Nosip is going to fall as well. Darm firing up right now, earning points. Con and Faded have had their moments here on the evening where they shined last game.
Said thank you so
Coming up
much, man.
now,
Or the definition
off to another
of
hot start
You're
here.
welcome,
Quick
bro.
Elims here. These
You're
points
welcome,
rack
you're
up.
welcome.
We have seen it time and time again for
Corey
Goofy.
and Yoga,
They were
you got
doing
it
so
already.
good, and again, also just finding their moments where they've kind of slipped behind. So they need to find their
Where is
bearings.
Zaid
They're in
Costa?
18th right now
Yeah.
when they started in 5th representing for OCE.
It's not great. It's not great for them. And it's really tough because,
At
like I
Corey
mentioned
Kwan.
earlier, you don't know when the tournament's
Said
going to end. So
OMGTYSM,
you
bro,
can't
you are
think,
the
oh,
goat.
maybe we have another 8 games.
Kiwi
You know,
Frog
maybe
fan.
we can go the distance.
Said PLS, bro,
Because you
I
never
want
know.
a
With
skin you
Skyjump Moms,
recommend.
we get a big game here, push them over that threshold, 350 points.
At
Then
Dunblaze.
get the win in the next game after that.
Said
It's like
gift
everything's
me.
over, and where you're at on the leaderboard gets frozen.
Yeah, it definitely starts to put things into perspective. Or in
At
general,
Kiwi
once
Frog
they're
fan.
350 plus, you know,
Said
the
give me.
entire strategy can just
At
shift.
Kiwi
They can go
Frog fan.
straight to playing high ground every
Said
game.
give me.
That's going to be a disruptor
Dunblaze.
type duo in the lobby.
Said I'm Phase
never really know.
Martos 67.
Sky Scroll
At Kiwi
getting
Frog
active
fan.
here. Slua Romero.
Said
Shots from
PLS.
the third party, though, but Sky's here to clean
At
up the
Kiwi
job.
Frog fan.
Nicely done for him.
Said
That's
I
going to
am
secure
on
2.
_X PLS.
6 points already earned here. Not bad to at least get their cars and wheels turning here. Let's see it.
Oh, Skyjump. Let's hit the beams here. So let's see what the replay's about. Yeah, look at that. It's
At
really hard
Kiwi
to hit
Frog
shots
fan.
like that with the burst because it does have quite a
Said
lot of recoil.
PLS I am aim
And that
_X.
scope is quite
At Dachel
magnified
Guido
as
Mix
well, so quite
123.
difficult to actually hit those.
Said
Vico
heropee22, I
with the
think
Mythic
you
Fish
should
in
give the
loadout.
Hit him with
V-Bucks
it,
so the person
please.
can use your creator code and
Malibuka
you
as
get
well.
a bit of money back, I think.
I'm going to try and win this fight. Is
At
he a
Kiwi
no
Frog
Yeah,
fan.
but I don't have a
Neighbours.
Said
gift
PLS
card.
bro.
Skyjump and Momsy.
I don't
We're gonna
have
try and close
a
on in
gift
here.
card.
They want to start to continue to perform. We saw them get that incredible win earlier on in the day from High.
It's a nice little shield crack right there from Izzy.
At Kiwi Frog
Momsy
fan.
Sky Jump kind of put in a
Said
bad
PLS
situation
bro.
here, forced to rotate
At
out and try to
Kiwi
put
Frog
together
fan.
their loadout.
Said
Again, it's
PLS
always
bro.
really dangerous when
At
you have
Corey
your
Kwan.
duo fighting side by
Said thank
side
you, bro.
against another duo.
Welcome,
Boyo's going to find Lua, so Lua not catching a break at all now.
I need this here.
We'll see who's going to end up being the first team fully finished here. Goofy kind of sitting near death's door. Gotta be careful. Spixie and Swizzy find a set of eliminations. Fukun, Z-Dog currently down.
Yeah, that's not ideal for Goofy right there. I thought that might have been the end of this game for them, but Goofy does manage to escape, and that's their Fukun rebooting, respawning into the
pushing.
game. They are
For the
pushing.
mods
They
that are
want
here.
more.
The mods that
from
are
the
not
Pixie.
here, I'll
And
give
Swizzy
them
had such an
their own.
explosive start to the day. They were looking really
Can you
strong.
get
It's
mod?
quite similar to how they sort of
At
played in those
Sparks-_frags
stage as well.
W6K.
They can
Said,
perform
can I get
incredibly
mod?
well, but how much
Well,
time are they going to have?
Dachel
Peterbot
Guido Mix
Mod, you
123.
can get mod when
in
I
a bit
keep
of a battle
seeing
right
you
now.
Last
in
There
the
from
stream.
Sky
At
to
Kiwi
chunk a
Frog
little bit of
fan.
Peterbot's HP,
Chat
forcing
Said
him
even if it's
PLS
not
Brew.
that
big
like
bite, take
and
a moment to
At
subscribe.
Kiwi Frog fan.
because you can see
Said
Peterbot all the way back in the
PLS
storm right here. Boyo's white
At
HP
Kiwi
not
Frog
going
I'm
fan.
done.
down,
I don't have
indicating
V-Bucks
that
now. I have
PLS.
one.
near by. Sky looking to try and piece him up. EU versus NA, no whites on Sky though, so he has to try and make this fight quickly. Peterbot scurrying
At
away
Kiwi
for now,
Frog
getting
fan.
inside the box to Sky, not
Said
quite
I
able
am
to in the
subbed
end.
and enter
Peterbot looks
content
for a shot,
creator
looks for a
code.
return, not going to get it. Sky is going to take him down. And that's AGAL on Falcons. Drama right there. Lots of violence between these two right now. Is that going to play into the hands of Sky and Scroll for the rest of the game?
Champion v champion. Big fights going down right now. You saw for a moment there on the picture-in-picture, you had
At
Peterbot
Dunblaze.
just baffled as to
Said
how
I've
he
been in
missed that
stream
shot.
as
He
4 months.
takes his hands in the air, takes him
At
off the
Kiwi
keyboard
Frog
like, come
fan.
on.
Said I swear.
Really feeling the effort there. Well, this is actually really bad. So Scroll, wherever he was hiding, he's found it out because he's down right now. So Sky,
chat, if you're new to the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe.
It could have gone really bad for them at that point.
If Sky lost that one, they could have been out of this game.
Donzel, you'll get
already,
mod
so
next
that was,
time.
Well
Not
played
today.
from Sky. Needed to as well, of course, lack of whites, but we get to see whether
Over
the Storm
Gaming, thank you so much for
the zone ends
subscribing.
up closing in.
W.
Z-Dog and Goofy against VK right now.
Chat, if you're new to the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Actually getting too involved as Momsy and Skyjumper are in the vicinity as well, looking to try and take control.
Thank you, Corin, thank you.
Hopefully give their loot a little bit of a boost as well. And I've been really impressed with these guys so far today. Of course, they haven't actually managed to pick up a win, which of course you need to do to end the competition. But yeah, I mean,
Wins don't matter. Wins don't matter yet.
Not yet.
Get your points, play consistent, get us the win, and you'll send us all home very, very early. So hopefully it's not going to be too early. And hopefully they're not the only one in the race when that happens, because right now they have a significant lead. But Peterbot Boyo closed that gap. Vico Malabuka starting to close that gap. Vico Malabuka is probably the team we've shown maybe the least as far as their journey, right? As we've kind of focused in on these other teams. But they have been very much
today
there.
For mod.
Yeah, they have. They're always in and around that sort of
chat,
spot.
and I haven't given
when they won Summit, that was kind of... Ooh, hang on. Before I mentioned that, he fell down again to Sky and Scroll.
When they're on.
Not ideal for him. Sky and Scroll recoup a lot of that loot that Scroll would have lost from that down.
Yo, Angelic Games.
Vico Malabuka,
Yo, Angelic Games, do you have the battle pass or no?
Not missing, but they can just go under the
and
radar
in the
tournament at the Summit. They weren't necessarily coined as the team to watch out for even throughout the event. They were just consistent. They were making those end games consistently.
You're welcome.
Not too flashy about it. And again, they
I wanted to
win
give
either,
you
but more than capable of doing so.
Laura Craft, but you already had
to
it.
make this dead side rotate as well.
Yeah, nicely done.
Chat, if you're new to the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe.
You see Boyo's HP really low right now, so he's been kind of hanging out here.
At Kiwi
inside
yeah, I saw you had
the
it.
zone for quite some time. A lot of duos still lingering about. This is a pretty dangerous spot to be in. But again, here just kind of gathering back. This is the problem, right? You get this major setback where you get eliminated like this. Now he's got to take all this time to farm back up this loot. Shark Tina getting active here onto Khan and Faded, though. This is your 6th place team versus your 4th. Very, very interesting fight going down right now.
Big moments there as well for Khan and Faded. I feel like this is a team that performed incredibly well earlier on in the week. And
I gave Kiwi a skin, by the way.
They believe that they
less than 2 weeks
ago. And it's nice to see them doing that here on.
He's just ungrateful.
Well. Haven't quite seen that level from them throughout
He's
the
an
whole year
ungrateful
so far.
kid.
Khan, of course, playing with reason, unable to qualify for the LAN in the main track, the main circuit, later on this year. But Izzy and Nosif, another team that are no stranger to a clutch right at the end. So they're going to need to have all of that, channel all of that energy as they make their way through this game. Fans still on their side as well. It's the ideal situation for the French fans. You got one of the teams leading the way, and another one chasing down as well.
Yeah, 5th place for Izzy and Nosif. The crowd loves to chant for them when they're up on screen. Falcons definitely go crazy for Peterbot and Boyo on that side of the arena here.
Chat, then get me some
Elan
water.
so far still, again, just getting comfortable here as the zone just starting to develop. We're getting into the late portion of this round now. Zone's going to pull west. This is where the majority of the player base is. No one's actually inside of Dirty Dock, so it's going to be a good, favorable zone for the most part. But saw how many players were actually playing that Slurpy Swamp. Let's see who ends up making it in and getting settled in first. Ari Kami here. Kind of right in between Vico Malabuka, who is actively tanking Storm right now for key positioning.
Have like 6 skins.
Faded Khan, fresh off those reboots from Shark and Teeny's fight. How did they fare? Not too good, actually. So that's what I'm talking about. Getting eliminated so late in the game, you can see Khan barely has any maps now.
Yeah, the difficulty is, of course, the area in which you can operate in gets smaller and smaller as the storm closes. So if you go down earlier on, you can re-loot, come to the POI, scrap loot some of the other fights, but you can see right there, they just have to sit in their box, sit in that bush, and just
Said Kiwi Bro, stop
enjoy the
yapping,
loot that they
you
currently
already
have,
got a
which is not
skin, now
particularly
stop begging
enjoyable, but
order in a
if they can
timeout.
find an Elim, if they can
At
find a knock,
481.
that can reignite
Said
their game
Hero,
as
do
well.
you gift things to
Look
Mob
at
every
another highlight here
season?
from Peterbot. You know it's going to be an absolute banger.
Oh, gosh.
He whips
Every
out that
time I
mammoth,
have
you
the
just
box, I
know
give-
something crazy's about to happen.
He's so good with it.
I know.
So accurate.
At 481.
Sky ends up
Said
falling right
Dachel
behind that, so
Gayu
now it's all
I'm
up to
sorry for
scroll.
before.
Reboots ending
At
in
Kiwi
30
Frog Fan.
seconds here.
Said Dachil, stop.
Acorn and Bolts going for high ground, looking to kind of put up a flex of a position. This is just posturing at this point. It's too early to do anything big with it, but you got
Reboot
the extra
hasn't
mats,
ended
might as well
yet.
put it to use. Sky's going to go and touch down there. You saw that in the distance. What's this little corner looking like? Darm,
I have a
Demis,
strong
Lua
feeling
Romero,
Peter
Victor
and
V.
Poya are winning
Canada,
this.
or inside 10th now. Sky and Scroll in their back next to Peterbot and Pollo. So kind of meeting back up with their
Reboot
duos.
ending.
All 20 alive now as
Said,
we're
oh my
entering
gosh,
into
it's Peter
Storm
Bot.
Zone
Ding.
7.
Reboot
And
Dachil Gayu
reboots are
makes
now closed.
123. Said
Southwest
it's
zone.
okay, Corey Kwon, it's
Favorable
just
for Dom
everyone
and Demus.
sometimes makes mistakes.
Liwa Romero, these
At
guys
Kiwi Frog Fan.
in the driving
Said, I
seat right
saw
now.
Peter.
Lovely little bit of damage
At
onto
Angelic
Sky right
Games
there.
11.
Peterbot and Poyo look to use
Said
that as an
Hero,
opportunity
I
to go
may
in and
give you
actually
a
go
skin
in for the
later, I
fight.
just need a bit
Peterbot
more
and Poyo
V-Bucks
do
coming
not
back.
want to let them
You don't
go
need to
away,
gift
but look
me,
at
bro.
that.
I have
Peterbot down
enough
to feed
skin, bro.
Poyo, and that's to
You can just
Romero. This
use
is a
my
completely
code,
different
that's
team to
how
the
it's
team they were
supposed
originally pushing. Absolute disastrous moment for Peterbot and Poyo. They've been on a bit of a roll. Peterbot's still down though.
He rolled
Gets
into
a
the
revive. He's actually rolled back to
Chad,
the
you don't need
side.
to give
Is
me any
Peterbot now going to
skin.
be able to get revived
I
right
have
now by
enough
Poyo? I
skin.
think he is, but no, the pressure's coming in from
You can
other
just help
areas.
me by
Poyo
using my
investing
code
all of
in the
his
shop.
metal,
At Kiwi
trying to
Frog
hold
Fan.
off all the bills. Yeah, there we
Said
go. The revive
PLS
comes
Energy
through.
PLS,
Huge
if
in the
you gift
open
me two, I will
space.
stop
My
begging.
gosh, what a save from
At Kiwi
Pollo
Frog
right there to
Fan.
pick up Peterbot, and
Said
what a play by
username is
Peterbot
aim_X.
to roll out
At
of the
Angelic
box
Games 11.
and not get pieced up.
Said Hero,
Pollo's
I am
so
maybe
smart.
back in like an
Elevation
hour
change
or
right
so,
there.
so I will see you
Just
soon.
clever usage
Okay,
to
bro.
get the
Thank you,
pickup.
thank you, my goat.
Surely that's the reason they are going to be in match point contention when everyone else is, if not first.
I'd love to see it. I would absolutely love to
Crazy.
see it. I mean, that is a skill gap as well, being able to
At
actually
Shocked Again,
not get too
21
disappointed when you get
S2X.
knocked. They're still in the game.
Said yo.
For Khan and Faded, they really need to
Yo.
try and find a refresh and fast. 12 builds you saw
Yo,
on Khan right
Shock
there.
the
This
gamer.
is
How you doing,
getting
bro?
almost
Welcome
At
in.
Kiwi Frog
at this
Fan.
point for those guys.
Said, can
Just
someone
need to try and
gift
turn
me
the
a
game around,
skin?
which we saw Peterbot and Poyo try and do. Got shut down. So they do need to take some risks.
Kiwi,
you're
All
going
there
big
goes
time
as
now.
well by Demus
123.
and fully eliminated there
Said
as
Kiwi,
well
if
as
you beg
Sky.
again from
Demus
someone, you will be put in
Shadam.
a timeout for 30
Yeah,
EU
minutes.
on
should be
EU
timeout
violence.
if it
Sky
begs
and
again.
Scroll from AGAL are the first team to fall.
Moses Sphinx have high ground right now. Momsy Skyjump kind of eyeing things up. We keep talking about them not quite securing their victory just yet, but you see they're starting to change their
Momsy, they
focus.
should
Like,
be
hey,
out.
brother, I think it's time we start looking up.
Momsy and
Let's
Skyjump.
start getting ready for what we're going to have to be performing against later. Sharktini, though, staying slow and steady here. Consistent. Just looking to make
At
this end
Kiwi
game.
Frog Fan.
Never count them out.
Said,
They're a
but you
team that
only
will
got a
for
skin, I
sure go
didn't.
fight for height.
At
A
Kiwi Frog
little bit
Fan.
of a tough rotate here as they
Said
lose
it's
one
only
another. It's
for
going to cost
mods.
some extra mats for sure. Peterbot, Boyo, thinking about it. Here we go.
Nice little fizz. Goes to
Boom.
the shot. There
Nice
goes
shot.
a
At
huge
Dachil
one.
Gayu amidst
Once again, that was
123.
on to Sphinx
Said,
on the
yes,
front
you
side
have
of zone.
before,
Mods
now
there goes
stop.
down as well. Malabuka picks up an Elim in the process. Momsy and Skyjump all the way down here as well.
Momsy, they're still
this
in the
Remember,
game.
it's
They
our
should be
first-place
out.
Team at the very moment. They are looking to cross that threshold. 350
They're just widening
points
the gap,
is the
sir.
amount that you need in order to then go on and get
At
a win
Kiwi Frog
to take
Fan.
this tournament all for
Said, and
yourself.
stop
Izzy and
timeout
Nosif
false.
yet again find themselves on high. They're looking to replicate what we saw from them earlier on and getting a big victory royale. The French fans erupt here in Paris.
With those Elims right there, Faded and Khan now fall in 6 once again. Izzy, though, gets contested by Peterbot. I was thinking there's no way they're not going to fight for it after taking down Muzz and Sphinx from the high ground. It was their doing, so surely they want to go for the win now.
They've only got 6 builds right there. You saw it on Peterbot. Not
tough.
ideal whatsoever. Who's going to take height? No one's on
Acorn.
it right now. Peterbot decides to go on
At
up, trying to
Dachil
look for an
Gayu
opportunity to
amidst
spray
123.
on down to the teams down below. He's
Said
looking for a
we're also
frag. He's looking for a
spamming, so
refresh because he's
please
only
stop,
got one
bro.
build now. As Poyo has to try and get nearby as well. And of course, he's right next to him. This is the danger, though. Peterbot and Poyo.
No.
Peterbot, full damage. Disastrous.
Kind of sprints off the edge there, and then Bolts wastes no time in taking him down. Boyo here down to just 4 materials now on the heels. of too many players Rams there. The storm's too close either. It's just an unfortunate turn of events right there. Not even he understands how that happened, but
at Kiwi Frog Fan,
it does occur. No one's perfect.
Chill.
Take a look here. Momsy, though, misses the shot here onto Malibu. They still have no idea he was there. Just got to clutch this one up. Shark and Teeny, though, opportunity presents itself. They just waste no time. They walk straight up, and like taking candy from a baby, it's theirs. They have high ground.
Yeah, no team are playing in this game. It was absolutely free for them. One of the easiest high takes they will ever have. And the favorites coming into the day have finally turned up again after having a really nice start. They've fallen off slightly. They've had a little bit of a rough patch, but now they're looking to recover their form. Pixie Swizzy down there as well, entirely Shark looking just to try and compress the rest of the lobby down as the zone goes all the way over towards the bridge. It's going to be very awkward for all of our teams down on the low ground. That's why Shari and Cammy are just playing a couple more higher layers, actually finding Ilium in the process there onto Mini Poyo, and Momsy understands the situation, needs to try and rack up as many points, even as a solo finds another medkit here as well, squeezing out all those placing points.
Victor V and Kanata are turning up right now as well. They're still inside the top 10. This is 2 games now where they're doing it, but Momsy's got the solo clutch for himself to kind of remain in the lead here. 300 points. The first team now to go ahead and break that threshold. This is a big moment here in the tournament. The crowd is cheering for Momsy. What can he do with the crowd on his back? Following Goo, forced out of the layer here. Now, shots coming in from all angles. It's Kanata forced in a scramble. He's on the run. Vico finds Rapid down low, and everything is coming to a close here.
Look who's on height still. Shark and Teeny. Cammy looking to heal off back inside of the storm. Zone is actually pulling back over all of these old builds as well. So Shark and Teeny, although they don't have builds, they won't need them. Look at that, 5 builds onto Teeny. They're just trying to apply a lot of that pressure now down below. What that also means, all these teams down below are going to be running into each other, into old builds, into other people's edits. That's why Pablo and Chino just fall. And Shark and Teeny are looking to ride on out to a successful game right here and reignite their belief.
With how many teams are down as well, this is going to close the leaderboards even more. Hari still in the game. Malibuca Vico earning points now. The second team to break 300 points. That's going to be an Elam out to Victor V there. Shark, Teeny completely out of material now here up top. Forced to go down. The Flowberry fizzes in. Vico's trying to heal. Malibuca's there. It's a 2v2. Everyone's one shot here. It can go either way. Malibuca crash pads across the side. Vico's in a fight with Shark. Shark's very healthy. Teeny's hurt. He's hurt as well. Everyone's straight.
Yeah, they had to take that.
It's the shots.
They had to take that. They had to take
only want skins, you don't
They
get
had a bit of
anything
a
normal.
Go, but thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Maybe that confidence was getting knocked.
Said
But Shark,
heropee22,
there
you
is no
deserve to
reason
be
to
one
look at your
streamer
teammate
Thank you, Sugar.
with disappointment
so
right
Oh my
now, because
God.
you've just managed to pick up a huge victory royale to put yourselves back in contention for the lead.
At
He's
Corey's
just
one.
letting the energy flow.
Said what do you mean Kiwi
I hope he's
Frog?
got music playing, because if not,
I think that's just what he does.
he could just dance and nothing.
I think he makes his own music.
He's making his own music.
He's
Yeah,
coming up with it in himself. Yeah, he's drumming, he's doing the violin.
Malibuca's trying to figure this out right now. He's like, dude.
Vico is just trying to make himself feel better. I know it's looking good for them.
Is this real life right now? Jokes aside, though, love when Vico.
This kid is just something else.
He's really living in the moment right now.
Shark is
Complete
something
opposite,
else.
very stoic from Shark and Teeny here. Take a look from their perspective. I mean, just gonna have to hear
At
from their
Kiwi
perspective
Frog
after
fan.
this. But
Said you
what
don't
a
get
win
anything
here.
like
Vico,
pickaxe, only Sims.
Malibuca. Didn't even
At
keep
Kiwi
count. I
Frog
think it was
fan.
10 or 11 games.
Said I mean skins.
All about Shark and
At
Teeny.
Dachel Gyro Mix 123.
I'm choking.
Said Kiwi don't be mean to other people too. At Kiwi Frog fan. Said Sreddy I won't do it.
Nice. I have height. 30 right. Dead. I'm on. Nice, I'm dead. Dead.
At Corey Kwan. Said Kiwi I don't care.
Ooh, they're feeling it now. They're feeling it. This is good. This is great. They're confident. They've got the belief back in them. They got smiles.
So, you know, they won games and didn't say
Look
a
at the
word. Not a
leaderboard.
GG.
Please, chat if you're not stream, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Nice. You know, it means something to them now. They become the third team to break into that 300-point threshold. That means after this game here, what's this? So we're approaching match 8
yep.
shortly.
3 games
After
left.
match 8,
2.
we might have a team or two up there in that 350 range. And then winning a game will mean the tournament could end. So, hey guys, we're gonna have to do some math here. We'll be crunching numbers. When we'll get back, we'll have more action for you.
At Corey1 said stop what?
Nothing is granted, everything is earned. It's a nice trophy. No. Peter and Boyle might not win.
Said Hero, I'm gonna go, but thank you for everything. You are the GOAT.
You're welcome,
At
bro.
Kiwi Frog Fan said saying I don't care.
You're welcome, bro. Chat, you guys are my goats. You are my goats, chat. Not gonna lie.
Did you know that you can play the piano in Suno using your keyboard?
Over Gaming,
No,
thank you
not
so
that
much for the
keyboard.
sub, my goat.
This
I
one.
appreciate it. Hurricane,
It's
goats.
Suno's
Thank you.
new musical keyboard. If you're the kind of
Sphinx is all that's left standing. There's not much you can do when you're going against Peterbot and Boyo. We love you, but it's not going to be enough. Peterbot, Boyo, secure another one.
Man! It feels good to be at EWC right now. What an incredible game. Shark and Teeny showing up. I hope maybe Vico's gonna get there. Maybe it's gonna go and wait, but
right now.
it's time. Shark and Teeny's moment is right now.
You have to expect as much. The fact that they were able to secure that victory royale, it's as close as ever. But
They're so
see, if
nonchalant.
we're going to talk
Chat.
about
They-
Shark and Teeny, there's
they're
one
nonchalant.
person
They don't even
that
celebrate
we
their
also
wins.
had to make sure to get a little bit of insight from, a true shark connoisseur, some would even say, and that is the one and only Boop. His only comments, the one words that he wanted to make sure Shark knew, was after their conversation, after how Summit went, and Boop telling me about how Shark felt something he never wanted to feel ever again. When Shark puts his mind to it, he is the best player in the world. Those are words of confidence out of Boop, and I think they're also words that the rest of the community would be very inclined to stand by, especially with the way that they're able to manifest these victory route performances when they are this close in contention for that match point format. So it's time to be great, because with the way that Vico and Malabuka are looking, they want that back-to-back.
I know, and that's the thing, right? In that situation, the pressure was already at a certain level, but now we're at that match point status, right? So can Shark and Teeny be that team? Can they step up to the plate when the pressure is at its, like, the stage of the competition is at its most difficult?
I think that's what makes it so complicated, though, because you see the likes of Vico off to the side constantly, every single match. It doesn't matter the result, doesn't matter if it's a win, as long as there's eliminations and a solid placement. We see the good vibes. We know that Vico and Malabuka are a duo renowned for having such strong vibes between each other, and that chemistry can do dividends in these types of environments.
Absolutely, and I mean, obviously, if we're talking about Vico Malabuka, Vico, for a moment there, he was at the very beginning of the day super stoic, kind of like the Vico I'm not used to seeing. The locked-in Vico, quiet, focused. Now we've got super vibes Vico. He's good, he's dancing. He got second place, and some might, be upset or be like, man, what a tough moment. I didn't get that VR. Vico's dancing, he's emoting, he's feeling good. I love that. I also love Boop, by the way. Shout out to you. Kiss, kiss, ciao, ciao. With that being said, though, it's time. More action here from EWC.
Here we go. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in, because we are about to witness one of the most exciting ends to a four-night tournament, because we have got 3 potential teams in contention to cross that 350-point threshold. We got Vico dancing in his booth. We've got Shark and Teeny dancing to victory in the game.
That kid is just
and then we got
good,
Sky Jump and Momsy, who just, unfortunately, stumbled whilst trying to do their dance moves in that last game. Who's going to strut their stuff here in the 8th game of the day? This is really where it starts to get real, and we really get to understand and decide which one of our teams, or which multiple of our teams, we're going to be taking a look at for this match point potential. Already off to a good start, though, is Teeny and Shark. Teeny getting one already. Huge shot again there onto Bolts. RPG in hand. Bolt's going to be able to do that. It blocks it well. Teeny looking to hit another one, and does. That's huge right there. Down goes Bolts. Teeny still in this game, still alive, and just hitting so many great shots right there with the Mammoth pistol. I mean, this is really where it starts to get real, MDF. We could have 3 teams making it over that 350-point threshold here in this game.
I'm just getting back. I'm sitting down. I'm seeing what's going on. They're off to a hot start. Already starting to, again, continue to march
don't forget to like
their way towards that threshold. Izzy Nosif very much on that same tune as well. 247 is a good spot to be in. Let's see, Sharkantini finds Izzy Nosif as we kind of tee it up here. He's got such a lead on him.
This kid.
Very nicely done. Good finish there. And back to the action here. Teeny's on his teammate, though. Nosif's got to be careful.
Especially very careful. This is awkward for Izzy and Nosif, getting pushed from 2 different angles from Shark and Teeny. Goofy there down in the feed as well. It's just been bad to worse for those guys. At the bottom end of the leaderboard, Mud's actually hitting a huge shot there onto Malibuka. Looks as though Malibuka surely will end up going down in that particular fight, and that's disastrous because look, Vico's just gone down as well. Could this be our second place team? Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh my goodness, that's our first place team. I beg your pardon, out now of the lobby. That is not good at all. Both of them went down individually. And Vico Malibuka. Oh, Vico hasn't got much to dance about anymore.
What?
Whoa, whoa, now. Hello, Mammoth Pistol from Z-Dog. Downrange will be finishing off Peterbot there. That's how quickly your story can change, by the way. Take a look. Sky Jump takes down Vico simultaneously as Malibu gets hunted down at the Dirty Docks. I mean, you just can't make that up. That's so unfortunate. Muzz under some serious pressure right now. Sharks just seeming to be on a heater now. That's their 5th elimination.
Fully down.
Now officially taking the lead here with Victor Royales and, of course, the point threshold. I mean, at this pace, they will be at 350, exiting match 8, gearing up to close out the tournament for the evening.
Wow. What a start for Shark and Teeny. It'd be very easy just to start slowly in this game when you only need 30 points.
Just an endgame?
Yeah, and just play endgame, right? But, yeah, they're already getting off to a hot start. Peterbot and Poyo, hot and cold really today.
Win this game.
Like we've seen
they need to.
What's underneath the Peterbot aura. We've seen them showing what they can do, what he can do individually as well. But then also we've seen some of the chinks in their armor, some of the weaknesses in their gameplay here on Reload as well.
Yeah, I mean, last game they were definitely going for another win. They went for high ground. They were really putting it all out there. Not sure how, again, Peterbot misjudged, kind of sliding off. That momentum seemed to have carried him straight into fall damage, unfortunately. Even he was obviously taken aback. That calculation wasn't quite accurate, but with that, they lose, I don't know, a good amount of points. They could have otherwise been around the 380 range, right? A little closer.
Yeah.
But it sets them back nonetheless. Sharkantini just full on offense though. 5 elims right now. And again, playing it as a duo. Not doing the safety strats like you see some of these other teams opting to split, but more so saying, hey, let's just lane here. Let's push together. And they're taking fights very comfortably, very confidently, if you will, against duos on the map. Acorn's going to be spotted out there, continuing to remain, unfortunately, in 20th place here. Peterbot's back in the game after that short stint to the side. Finds Scroll there. There's a reason he runs Mammoth. There's a reason he's regarded
but where
as one of the most well-rounded players in the world.
I can't.
I'd love to know the stats on how many times Falcons have eliminated AGL today. I feel like they've just been going head-to-head all day. It's like they know. It's like they know it's each other. Very similar to the club championship standings as well.
It's more about how far ahead you can come at the end of the day. So right now, Falcons is surely in the lead here. Sky and Scroll have a long way to go. They'll need to get at least 2 big end games to be in contention. But Peterbot back after Scroll here trying to finish the job.
My dog died.
This is really bad. So Scroll's down. We already knew Sky was taken out, which means he's left even worse for Wares as well. Another team could potentially just look to hunt them at this point.
That's been so strange from Sky and Scroll, but should we be surprised with how they've been playing this entire week? You know,
at Dachel
like, yeah, they'll get good. They'll come
said my
good.
Chihuahua is sleeping on my bed.
Not being the case. Peterbot and Poyo.
Hit it, please.
Wait, what kind of build is it?
Been able to dominate in a lot of these fights. Scroll is just trying to escape. Peterbot investing a lot of those overdrive grenades to try and make his way over, trying to seek him out inside of that little hut. Not going to be found there though.
Said my channel name is at Robert Higgins 3525.
The Scroll is all about hiding. And unfortunately for him right now, it's all about taking a lot of damage as well. Deep inside of the storm. These guys are fighting it out. Peterbot still trying to hit shots. Hasn't got the means to get over there, so I think that's why he's just sort of turned around and decided against it. Teeny getting into Izzy's box. Nice shot there. Shark goes down in the process, though. That was too
These
easy.
kids
so
need to be
they're gonna be able to
stopped.
get the revive here. You have to imagine nobody in the vicinity. That was important there from Teeny to put the team on his back slightly and clutch up in that fight.
Second time I've seen
at
it today.
Dachel
None, Z-Dog.
123.
Goofy,
Said
115
it's a
here.
chill
2
Chihuahua. Her
eliminations, so
name is Rhea.
having a bit of a better game.
Rhea, nice.
See how
At Dachel
Pixie can do here. Still haven't
123.
earned any points right now.
Said
2-2-2.
Rhea, his friend is
The
Hebrew.
overall threshold kind of slipped down on the overall standings
Nice.
here. Golden Rapids slowly starting to get back into things. 201 for them. Looking at the leaderboards, Victor V.
Golden
Canada with
Rapid
another
out.
back-to-back end game there. Jumps them up to top 7.
Only 2 games
Swizzy
left.
and Pixie are close on their heels in 8th, so just a couple elims and they'll jump right over that team.
Wait, the
Steamy Stacks looking like this is going to be where the zone's going to pull right here. Goofy and Z-Dog. It's just
chess respawn
mentally, it
back
must be
in
really difficult for them because they started strongly, as you mentioned, 5th place at the beginning of the day, and just have been
I didn't know
slowly
you would do that in
slipping away
competition.
as the day has gone on. Oh, goodness, look at that zone. It's like 70% of it is in the water. It's absolutely ridiculous. So
I think the worst was our first day though. We had the first zone just off the map completely. Like, it was quite the zone. I felt like we were about due for some silos in game, so Steamy Stacks is gonna keep things interesting for us. It's kind of cool. Day 1, we did get that Steamy Stack zone, and a lot of like teams actually preferred not to go up for the stacks.
Yeah.
It was only towards the end when folks tried to play for
Chat,
retakes. We'll see if that's going to be different here today.
Like and subscribe.
Good amount of duos still deep in the zone. Con and Faded, one of the first few to go ahead and get situated here. He's got roughly 4 other teams parked above him. Momsy and Skyjump, one of them. 306 for Skyjump and Momsy. Again, the roadway completely open given that Vico and Malabuka, who started this game in first, fell very early to some unforeseen circumstances. Salvatore and Yasin as a quick
I really
update fall,
wanted.
and they are
I really
in 10th.
wanted Peterbot to
So
win.
when another team falls, this is going to give Golden Rapid a chance now to basically be in top 10 for the first time of the evening.
Yep, opportunity. I feel like this game is a little bit of a quicker pace than that last one. Remember in 7th zone last time, we still had all 20 of our duos and all 40 of our players, right? So lots more action early game here. Quite unfortunate for the likes of Vico and Malabuka as well. Difficult situation, same with Muzz and Sphinx. And Shark and Teeny, we've seen them in this position before, trying to launch pad in from deep. Poyo and Peterbot, they're direct rivals, you have to say, right below them.
Look up, look up. Just look up.
Use that
The
mammoth
guys
pistol.
you need to take out are right there. Momsy, though, and his duo seem to have been pressuring Peterbot and Boya on the outskirts. Look at that. They end up turning back. So they need to find a new angle.
Remember that earlier on. They went deep inside of the storm. Shark went down. It set their game off completely in the wrong direction. This time they
Who
don't
are
want to
these
take
guys
a big
deep in
risk, big
storm
change
like
in how
this?
they're approaching this in terms of mentally as well. This is the sort of team you think, yeah, they're just going to go for height. They're going to put themselves in the best position. They put themselves in the safest position right there. They understand and then respect the rest of the lobby. They understand their position as well. What is that? 24 points until that 350 mark. So, you know, it's not a huge amount for a team like Shark and Teeny. They can do that with eliminations on their own if they want to. What's that? 8 elims. So, more than possible. Peterbot and Poyo are out.
No.
Mixed reactions from the crowd. Falcons fans are disappointed. I hear some cheers from other areas as well. Peterbot and Poyo. What happened?
I mean, I'm looking at the overall map. There's still 3 duos that were inside the storm. So
what happened?
There's a couple of shots that came in from pretty much Momsy sitting on the edge of Storm looking inwards.
Somebody should take out Shark.
Force them to kind of park down. They try to wait it out.
Yeah.
But I think the teams that were coming in late found them there.
If they somehow win
That's
this
a rough
game,
spot to be in. They
everyone
had
is
every opportunity just now to really get back in and keep that catalyst going, keep that
If they
momentum
somehow
running.
win this game,
But
Shark
now
and
they're
Tini,
surely
everyone is
behind
cooked.
here. It's looking like a three-way, pretty much a three-way race between Shark, Tini, Vico, Malabuka, Skyjump, and Mumsy now. Everyone else is going to need at least 2 games to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, very unorthodox way that Shark and Tini maybe have done it today, but yeah, they look like the most likely team now to break into that 350-point plus mark and then potentially take it in the very next game. All depends on how well they play right there. We've seen the best of them, we've seen the worst of them as well, so which are we going to get in this game? They got to get there first, and of course the rest as well. As you hear that countdown ticking on down, is the noise that you don't want to hear if you're in a fight, because reboots have now been disabled.
It's about to
Okay,
get
hear me out, though.
interesting.
Shark and Tini don't make an end game right now, right? If they fall short, fall shy, this is easily going towards a game 10. But what will happen is anyone from that 5th through 9th place, 5th through 11th even, we go as far as Romero and Lua can jump up and at least be in contention
Sky's
for
down.
closing out game 10, and then everyone kind of being in the same threshold range. So really just depends on how well they play during this game, if whether or not we'll see a breakaway on the standings. Nosif, Izzy have a chance to do it, but Nosif's going to fall first, crashing and crumbling under the pressure of Darman Dennis. And now they're pushing in. Demas has already secured the loot from Nosif. Izzy greedily goes in for the med kits.
We've seen you do it before, Izzy.
Peter
We saw you do it yesterday.
He's done it too much.
Solo clutch, he's done it, but he's proved that he can do it. Albeit this is a lot
Peter,
earlier
what
on.
you be mad
Let's see that magic.
soon. Oh,
Probably
Sif,
too
easy
soon.
gone.
They get caught out on the move there. I'm looking at Golden Rapid, positioned by the silo. Shark and Tini, not too far from them. Acorn Bolts trying to make their desperate move inside. It's a good exchange of blows there. That could have gone either way had the Mammoth shot landed, though.
Peterbot is always watching my stream. He's even playing right now, by the way, EWC, while watching me.
Coming
That's
to a halt
crazy.
here. Pixie,
Beat
Swizzy,
my goats.
kind of eyeing up the surrounding areas. Again, this is all around the silo. Completely indestructible, mind you.
Yep.
Some early shockwaves from Shark and Tini. They're really trying to position themselves as, again, leaders on the rotates, leaders on the high ground as well. Even if it's not committing to the ultimate height, they're still kind of up there.
Well, this is big. Shark and Tini now find themselves in those placement points. Skyjump, Momsy, the team that's just behind them there in 3rd place. Remember, Vico Malabuka went down early on in this game. Bolts and Acorn, hello. They're in the lobbies. They want to show us that they're still here to play. Because remember, even if they're not in the position to win this whole thing, there's still lots of money, lots of prizing on the line for even breaking outside of that bottom of the leaderboard. So big opportunity here for Bolts and Acorn to show us what they're really about. Momsy and Skyjump, completely different end of the leaderboard, completely different objective for them. That's just to get over that 350-point threshold. Same as Shark and Tini, getting themselves to the front side of zone right now. 7 eliminations so far for them. They've been really active earlier on in this game, but also playing safe as it gets towards these later stages of the competition, and of course this particular game.
Yeah, this game they were playing so differently. Instead of going for high ground, where before they seem to have been in the race to try to earn as much as possible, they're playing it very, very safe right now, trying to secure placement points first. Saw a little glimpse of Kanata Victor V, Momsy, Skyjump. These are strongly positioned teams right now, kind of in this end game. New zone's going to reveal itself. It's already on the move here. Josh Niamzo alive, still in the end game. Lua Romero, Goofy barely holding on here. Acorn and Bolts are going to go down. Sky and Scroll fall as well to Momsy and Skyjump. And they are just heating up. These are important points being earned right now. Wow. That's a lot of damage.
Absolutely. Beam right there in the process. Momsy does have med kits in his inventory, but look who's decided to try and take height as well. Hari and Cammy.
Can
They're
someone
up on
please
top
take
right now. Goofy
down
and G-Dog
Shark
down
and
out. They really
Tini?
do need it. They need to
I'm
make
sorry
up a lot
for
of these
Shark and
points. They're in
Tini
4th
fans.
place right now, so huge opportunity for them to climb up the standings. If it's not going to be this game, maybe the next game they can break into that 350-point mark. Momsy, though, down. Oh, no. Disastrous here for the French guys. Skyjump needs to do it all alone. His objective right now, his main goal is to get into that 350 point plus mark. Teeny and Shark, 12 points behind. Need to get into it, need to try and take it for themselves. They'll be hoping that Skyjump Momsy go out this game soon.
Just 12 points. 12 points is what they need right now to get into 350 match point range. They are on their way at the moment. Still 12 duos remaining as well. All they need is a couple of elims and a few placement points. It'll just basically happen depending on the next engagement here. You got to be careful, though. These are their builds. Skyjump on the other side knows and recognizes that he needs placement point as well. I love this play to stay in the storm a little bit longer. Cammy and Hari still have high ground. This is going back towards the silo on the outskirts here. Team's alive right now.
Nice. Shark is down.
Victor V,
Shark is down.
And Rapid still in this game too.
Shark is down.
Has fallen. That's going to be because Iamzo was right above him. It's all up to Tini. Tini gets faded. 3:47 Mini.
3 more points for Tini. And then a win in the next game. 3 more points is all you need, my friend.
Minimal.
Minimal. One placement, really. An elimination. Can he find it? Or are we going to go to yet another game? Getting pressure, though, from Victor V and Canada on the same box. 200 wood.
I hate to say this, but
as
I
possible.
don't
He needs
want
other teams to
Shaka
fall on
Team
through.
to win.
Popping the big pot as well to try and make himself as healthy as possible. Cammy there goes down. Must have been the fall damage there, which is not ideal for them all the way up on height.
They got it.
They got it.
A team falls. It's Cammy. It's Swizzy who's down. Teeny has broken through the threshold, punched his fist through that ceiling, and now the rest will be history. We'll see how it goes. Skyjump hiding in the box. Skyjump still going for it. He's at 336. He needs 14 points to remain in this race as well, to stay in that point threshold range going into the final games. Kanata, Victor V, very hurt but not out just yet. Pablo and Chino on high ground. They exchange blows and down goes Skyjump there. On high ground, though, is just Hari here. Demis is still in the game. Lua and Romero coming back into the fight. Chino hits Romero, and he is very, very hurt.
Hari now needs a solo clutch his way into contention. Remember, Shark and Tini are in that threshold. So it all comes down to this for Shari. 20 HP, can only take 2 ticks off the storm. Really not ideal at all.
Yeah, if they win, they can get
and Hari goes down. Mini Pollo is down there with Fukun as a duo. Liwa and Romero looking to get themselves back in contention as well. 251 points for them. It's a duo versus a solo. As we see Dharma Demus there down on low ground. Mini Pollo trying to do anything and everything to make it happen. Now it's a 2v2.
Lua Romero, 6 eliminations for Lua. Romero has 1. Who will get the final one? It is going to be Lua locking things up and putting them away. What a round. They spring and leapboard their way well into the top 5.
I thought I saw him
to other teams. So many teams right now are in that 250 to 280 range, roughly a game away from potential point formats, but all eyes are on Shark and Tini, who are officially now just moments away potentially. All they need is a victory, and they can end this tournament early.
What I will say, though, is a lot of those teams from sort of 5th to 10th, they've now put themselves in contention as well. Of course, they can't win the tournament from this next game. But maybe all they need is this next game to be good for them, put themselves in that 350-point mark. So if it's not game 9, if Shark and Tini don't win game 9, we could be looking at multiple teams going into game 10 with over 350 points.
But I don't mind Shark
Romero,
and Tini winning.
272 you saw there at the end, so another 80 points or so away from that threshold. But like I mentioned earlier, even if it's not going to be for them,
they sold
still
the last
a huge
game.
amount of points to gain in that last game.
They need a win
just to push them up in those standings. You see Shark and Tini
Shark
there as well.
Is just something else.
Hands on the head for Shark.
That kid is
at Oric 1. Said same.
He's trying to lock in right now. Trying to channel everything that he can to stay focused here and push through to the end. You got to think about it. He did just enough, literally, just enough to be right on that line.
Who's in the lead? It's
to go ahead and open up
Shark and
potential
Tini.
here. Now the real question is, with
points.
Momsy and Skyjump so close, You have two options here.
Shark Contini.
Play it extremely passive and try to go for the win.
Yep.
Or push the lead that you have.
I don't mind them winning.
Knowing
They're
that after
kids
this next
too.
game,
They deserve it too.
Skyjump will likely jump up in, and now it's a two-horse race until everyone else, has their next game, and then play for the win, right? Because it's like one of those things you can't really count it out, but at the same time, you don't want to not be in first either.
How do you approach it? I mean, it's new for these guys as well, right? We haven't had match point like this ever, and it's never been reached. We had it somewhat sort of a pseudo match point, never actually got reached. Too high of a points threshold.
Well, even that game, they went 7 elims in the first couple zones.
Yeah.
They played all out, very, very aggressively, and then kind of played their end game. But it's because they needed to get to the point threshold. But they don't need that anymore. They don't have to play like that.
Great job they did. If they didn't do that, they would have needed another game
to
go ahead and do it, right? So, yeah, huge. Vico Malabuka, though, falling early in that game.
Oh, right.
We're going to be really sad about that. 320 points that they are sat on right there. Literally last place. 20th, 0 eliminations. Might as well have gone and made a cup of tea and had a bite to eat instead of playing that game, because you would have got the same amount of points. So, can they step up to the plate? What will Shark and Tini do? Will they take out their immediate competition off spawn? Will they start to mess around a little bit? Because realistically, the most important thing for them is that Skyjump and Momsy don't get over that threshold.
And Vico and Malabuka.
The Vico Malabuka don't get over that threshold. Doesn't matter about points anymore.
Well, they're really close. I know we got Zeke standing by to give us some more insight, and that's what I want to hear about.
Thank you so much, Monster. You are right. We have Shark and Tini here. They just hit match point in that last game. Guys, here we are, finally on match point. You just need another win. Pretty easy. At this point, you guys have so many wins. Is it easy? Is it going to be easy to just go in? Are you going to win this next game right here, right now?
I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
They're so
what do you
humble.
think? Is it going to happen, Shark? Are you going to win right here, right now? Or is it just a we'll see?
We'll see.
I love that. Farm the aura.
Like
Guys,
fast,
obviously,
they are so
you've heard a lot
humble, they're
from
not
Boop.
even
You guys are pretty
bragging.
tight with him.
Like, it's crazy. Like,
Shark, I'd love you to just look into the camera and just say something very nice to Boop right here.
Thank you for everything, bro.
I love
Shark
that.
is so
Heartwarming.
good. It's frying
Tini,
everyone, but it's so humble.
to win right here, right now, would that just be like everything? What would you feel if you won it now?
I mean, it would be great, yeah. Amazing.
I love that, guys. And obviously, now that you have hit match point, pressure's going to be on. Do you think teams are going to maybe look to land on you? Are you guys going to maybe do something different to make sure that doesn't happen?
What was the question?
Are you going to do something different?
No.
Keep it all the same. I love that. They're locked in. They are focused on this next win. They are on match point. We'll have to see how it all goes.
Feed and pollo.
He thinks he can come in here and play my game. He knows nothing.
Since when did Fortnite competitive start running ads on their channel?
350 points was the mark, and that mark has been
Yeah,
matched to the
watching
dot
for
too by
Fortnite
Shark
competitive,
and
that's
Tini.
why.
And they're looking confident. Remember, they told me 9 matches. Right now, we are going to be going to that 9th match. It could end up happening here, Vivid.
7. Oh my gosh, that game was like a nail biter for so many different reasons. Obviously, the most pertinent one was whether or not Shark.
We are going to be going to that 9th match. It could end up happening here, Vivid.
7. Oh my
has no
gosh, that
odds.
game was like a nail biter for so many different reasons. Obviously, the most pertinent one was
better
whether or
there.
not Shark and Tini were actually going to go ahead and cross the threshold that they need to kind of activate that match point. Me and Levin, we were getting mad. We're like, no way he doesn't get the 3 more points they need. But yes, they ended up hitting it perfectly. And it's crazy because if they're just 1 point off of that, you just subtract 1 point, it changes this next game. It changes the whole competition entirely.
And we know we We already saw some people changing their drop spots. We can expect that again for this game as well. But you're totally right. For Teeny to clutch out those extra 3 points in the final moment as a solo in the water, it was absolutely crazy. Cammy and Carrie also were really close to being able to get to that 350-point threshold, but just barely missing out. But Seven, we have so many teams that are going to be looking to possibly put a stop to the run of Shark and Teeny. But is the blood still in the water? Are they going to still keep going? I don't know if there's really anyone that can stop this run.
I don't know. I'm there with you because of the performance that we have seen from this duo, not just today, but going back to their actual groups. They were able to get so many victory royales today. They have shown that they can still do it as well. And the one thing that we kind of been keeping track throughout today is that high ground. This is a team that usually excels that. We really haven't seen that much contest, the high ground being contested as much. If we see them in the high ground, it could end up finishing.
Yeah, can of course get crazy. I won't lie though, guys. I feel like Shark and Teeny have what I like to call a little bit of a freebie in this next game, right? They are the only team that can kind of win the game. And what I mean by a freebie, I mean, it's not going to be a lot of pressure on them, right? They can just kind of go out. They don't have to worry about any other team winning the game to kind of end the competition early. That being said, when we do take a look at the leaderboard, there are plenty of teams that are very, very close to 350 points now. So let's just say the Shark and Teeny don't win this next game. You got to imagine other teams are going to cross 350 points. And then the next game after this next one, then it's going to be pressure on.
I mean, during that interview, I'm sorry.
I was going to say it is a bit of a freebie, but also it kind of leaves a big question mark, right? If they don't end up winning it in this next one, as we can see there on the overall with what you were alluding to, we do have Skyjump, Mumsy. Very close by. We have Vico and Malibuka as well. Very close by as well.
Man, when I was speaking of Carrie and Cammy, I actually meant Skyjump and
Anything can
Momsy that were
still
so close,
happen,
336 points right there. Although it was Carrie and Cammy
Top
that were on high
four,
ground doing a pretty good job right
there's
there. So to
almost
see
no
them
difference.
jump up into 4th place, I think that they're well within contention of breaking into that 1st place spot. But Skyjump, Momsy, Vico, Malibuka, so many of these teams are so close and just need not even a good game, honestly, just a handful of eliminations to break into that point threshold.
Vivid, I'm going to be looking at number 7 there, Falcons, because not just what we have seen today, the bounce back out of this duel, but also with everything that's going on with the club championship, we've seen them today get close to 100 points in just one match, and we see Peterbot and Pollo being able to clutch it in big moments.
Exactly what I wanted to talk about, right? It feels obvious that if you take a look at 4th place, right, 303 points, 3rd place, 320 points, 2nd place, 336 points. Yeah, they can get to 350 pretty easily, but it is possible. If you go all the way down, I mean, heck, Swizzy and Pixie from 249, I wouldn't put it past them to be able to have such a big game that they could get up to 350 as well. So many of those teams that Shark and Teeny might be counting out could really enter match point in a blink of an eye.
And listen, NA West also representing there, Victor V and Kanata. If we want to talk about a comeback, they have been doing absolutely incredible since we've moved
What
to
is
Slurp
wrong
Rush.
with Acorn and Balls?
Winning 2 games in game number 6, and now also
Acorn
coming
and
out on top
Balls.
to see them beating
Sky
up the likes
and
of Peterbot and
Scroll.
Pollo. I don't know
Yo,
if that was
this game is
necessarily going to be on
crazy.
anyone's bingo card right now, but just taking a look at the 2nd page right now, we do still have some big names there. Of course, we're starting to, I mean, we've definitely passed the halfway point now. I don't know necessarily if they're going to be able to do anything to climb up too much of the leaderboard, but still, we do have a lot of these teams that are still just trying to gain any amount of points for their club.
Yeah, and for Shark and Teeny, you can see it right there. The
they
threshold was
win,
350
that's
points,
it.
which has been met by that duel. The next thing they need to do is just get a victory royale, and they'll be able to become champions. It could finish in this next one. Talking back about the club championship, AGL, just Sky and Scroll have not been able to perform. Something that we're also talking about is sometimes when you get to the later stages of the finals here, you tend to see teams that got absolutely nothing to lose do a little bit of BM to those teams that have everything to gain.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, AGL, that's going to be kind of where my eyes are being peeled towards. And it's kind of crazy because Shark and Teeny, by what feels like not winning this next game, kind of keeps Sky and Scroll in it for their club in general, right? Because obviously Sky and Scroll are a little bit further down the leaderboard than Falcons are right now. So Sky and Scroll need as many opportunities as they possibly can to rise up that leaderboard, because the stakes, what it means for everything, even outside of Fortnite specifically, is so much.
It's possible. There's possibilities. We've seen teams that were all the way in the bottom half, if not the bottom quarter, being able to get out a win. I mean, it was, you know, Kanata and Victor V were not having a great performance, and then they were able to get like a 100-point game. This is definitely possible. Now, is it probable? That I'm not too certain about. We have just seen such domination from Shark and Teeny, and after that interview, it doesn't even look like they're nervous they're on match point. It looks like this is just a normal day of Fortnite, and we're all just playing their game.
It looks just like that, too. You were talking about teams that were able to bounce back, too. One team that comes to mind is T1. T1 has been performing quite well. Dharma and Demas, that's one team that we were keeping a close eye on when they were in the second page because of what we saw out of them on Survival, and right now we're starting to see exactly what we expected out of them here in Match Point Finals.
Yeah, the bounce back has been multiple times now where they didn't have the best group stages and then absolutely dominated the survival stages, and I was kind of interested in how that would translate finally into the finals, and it seems to be a bit of a mixed bag, starting off strong, then having a few weak games, but definitely seems to be kind of finding their footing a little bit more.
Yeah, again, I mean, Dharma and Demas have without a doubt showed us their ceiling, how well they can actually play, but the consistency has been a problem for them. That being said, I know they're kind of in range of that 350-point mark if they do have one of those really good games that we have seen from them throughout the week. So fingers crossed for T1.
Yeah, for T1, I mean, they just want to make sure they stay within the top 8 as well. Because, yeah, we're talking about who can actually win that club championship. But there's just so much money at stake as well for Aurora. For Aurora right now, I believe they're sitting in 10th place on the club championship. If they actually end up getting this win right here, they would jump up by 1,000 points. And that could mean a difference from, I think, $600,000 all the way up to $3 million.
No pressure, man. I mean, that is absolutely crazy. You know, I was saying that they weren't feeling nervous. Hopefully they weren't listening to you just say that because that would add some nerves to me. But you know what? I think for Shark and Teeny, this isn't necessarily about playing for the club. I don't think this is necessarily even about playing for them. I think that they're just playing Fortnite, and this to them is just what they want to do.
Listen, Seven, I want to see them honestly. There's reasons that I would like to see every single team win. I feel like for Shark and Teeny, the reason why I would like to see them win, I want to see just a little bit of a smile on one of their faces. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think we have gotten a glimpse of it, right? We have gotten more emotion out of them in this last matches than we have seen in group stages. That's for sure. Because remember what was happening within Shark and Teeny. Whenever Teeny was going out very early on, at least we were getting some kind of emotion there out of Shark, whether it was aggravated or not. And in this one, I'm hoping that if they do end up finishing here in the next match, oh, those tears of joy might come out.
Obviously, the emotions aren't the only thing that Shark and Teeny are going to have to continue to control. Whether or not teams are actually going to switch up their game plans. Obviously, Zeke had the opportunity to ask Shark and Teeny, hey, are you guys going to do anything to kind of combat anything that the other teams might be doing? They said no. They're going to stick to exactly what they have been doing. So technically speaking, there are possibilities for teams to kind of lean into what they already know about Shark and Teeny and just play against that. But if there was one team that was playing here today, if there's one team in the world in general that was probably the hardest to go ahead and try to counter-strat, it's probably Shark and Teeny.
Listen, you're talking about you want to see a Shark and Teeny smile. Have you seen a shark smile? That is absolutely terrifying, and they're already petrifying on the floor right now. I don't think we need to see any smiling giant rows of teeth from Shark right there. I think he's exactly where he wants to be. He is, you know, he's laying under the radar. He wants to be slow. He doesn't want anyone to give any attention to him, and I think for Shark and Teeny, this might be their game.
If you see a smile from Shark, that will mean it might just be game over. As we're looking at some of the other duels, right, where we're talking about contestant.
Can we have game 9, please?
And we saw a lot of that in this last one, right? Which is one duo that comes to mind that might actually end up contesting Shark and Teeny, knowing that they're now at match point.
Yeah, listen, obviously we saw a bunch of all-spawn fights kind of going on that game. Usually it depends on the bus path. But for one of the teams that did end up going down early, we didn't get to specifically see it, Vico and Malibuca. They could have been on match point equally with Shark and Teeny this game, but because they went down early, 0-point game there for them, unfortunately, they are still on 320. So again, one of those teams that can cross the threshold now, but still a lot of work to do in denying Shark and Teeny that win.
It could end here, or we could end up going one more match. Stay tuned because it's about to get even spicier here at Fortnite Reload Championship at EWC 26. Barney, over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Gadia City Grid has been home to some of the most iconic moments at the 2026 Esports World Cup.
I mean, it's been 7 weeks, so many games, so many stuff happened on this stage, and a lot of story to just remember. So many clutch, so many good memories here. It's going to be weird to not be here tomorrow, you know?
It is, isn't it? So let us take this moment to first of all say thank you to all of the incredible people who have put their blood, their sweat and tears into creating this, into turning this vision into a possibility. So first of all, thank you so much much to all the people that built this incredible stage, to the production for putting on this amazing show, to the broadcast talent for telling the stories, and to the players for competing so fiercely week in, week out. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, est-ce qu'on peut applaudir toutes les personnes qui ont rendu ce spectacle possible depuis le début de ces 7 semaines, s'il vous plaît? La production, dont il vient de citer. But Barney, there is one other, thing, not really things, but one more thing we have to say thank you. We have to say thank you to you, to everyone who is watching esports, to everyone reaching us here in the Guinea City Grids. I mean, the fans was insane, and we are all doing it for you because you are watching it. So please make some noise for you, mesdames et messieurs. Faites du bruit pour vous. Merci beaucoup à tous les fans qui rendent cet événement possible. We are doing all of this for you as well.
And so, as we approach the final moments here of the Fortnite Reload Championship, remember what you were part of here in Paris, and let's go out with a bang.
Maybe it's the last game, so people, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I am here with 2 legends of the French scene. We got Leo the Crack, one of my favorite streamers. We got professional player Akira. Mumsy and Skyjump are the team right behind Teeny and Shark. They're the team that could catch them. Your former teammates, you've played with them. What do you have to say to them to motivate them?
Ces gars-là, c'est des bosseurs. Ils ont travaillé très dur. Donc les gars, faut les encourager à max. Allez, allez, allez!
He said, they're grinders, they work hard, we have to get behind them. Leo, you know I like to hype a crowd up every once in a while, but these are your people. Every time Skyjump and Mumsy have done well, it's because this crowd has gotten behind them. So I want you to get this crowd ready for this next game.
Ok. Déjà, merci à tous d'être venus, de soutenir la maison ou de soutenir d'ici. On a la chance d'avoir 4 joueurs exceptionnels. On a Mumsy, Skyjump qui sont à la 2e place. Ils sont à rien de pouvoir gagner. Je veux vraiment que vous donnez tout pour eux. Jusqu'au bout. Jusqu'au bout, les mecs. Allez!
It's time to see whether match point will be hit or whether Teeny and Shark will run away with it. Over to the casters.
The stage is set after 8 incredible matches of Fortnite here at the Esports World Cup 2026. We are on match number 9 with Shark and Teeny from Aurora Gaming being the first and only team here on match point.
If we don't see half the lobby dropping wherever Shark and Teeny are headed, there is going to be some devious gameplay afoot here, Jacob, because even if they make it out of the off-spawn position, the likelihood that they don't just get constantly cut off by other teams looking to try and prevent them from having any sort of a spark for this final lobby. Already Dirty Dogs heating up pretty heavily here. Chino, Pablo making their presence known. Khan on the ropes trying to see if he can escape, but there is no out. Chino will get credit for his first year, and they're still waiting. They want more. Muzz and Spinks, though, finally getting, not having to deal with Sharktini, but there's Chino right after the fact.
He just walked in there, saw both of them. Oh, I may have made a mistake. Just spent one too many feet forward on that one. Muzz and Spinks going to do a good job of taking him down. You see Teeny towards the background, unbothered so far. So I don't think there's too much attention being drawn their way. And that's the decision, honestly, a lot of the teams in today's competition will have to make. If Shark and Teeny are in a position to win the game, everybody else has to decide, is it worth throwing my game away to take them down just in the hopes of us going to a match 10?
One thing's evident, Hari and Cammy know that they are on the cusp of achieving that match point status. They are banking on being able to attain it in this lobby because you don't have many other options when you already have a duo that's on that match point, period. So for Hari, Cammy, every single elimination, every single 3 points that they can build further and further up, it just makes it all the easier to try and prevent Shark and Teeny for as long as they can from bringing home that championship trophy.
And you see Shark already going for an early game fight onto Z-Dog. A huge advantage already swinging his way. You see the slap splash is trying to come out for Z-Dog. Shockwave as well, but he's going to get caught out either way. But it's Skyjump and Momsy who steal that elimination away. And even though they still have to wait for this game to finish, they are 11 points away from now being on match match point. Taco, that's less than 4 eliminations.
And Skyjump and Mumsy, big part of the reason why they're here so early. They know this is Shark and Teeny, but with that shield crack, they're going to immediately look for the follow-up here. If they can secure the eliminations onto Skyjump, it's going to force Mumsy to play further back. Shark, Teeny, get the one. Mumsy will be able to escape for right now, but he still has to try and avoid going out anytime soon. Skyjump should realistically be able to bring himself back into this one, but it is a tough blow to make that kind of aggressive run. Respect the vision, but they might need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, and at least it was Mumsy who was not only able to stay alive, but you see him finding some med kits, knowing they're probably going to overstay their welcome deep into the zone. But if you kind of get a picture of the mini-map, there's not too many teams on the outskirts just yet. There might be solos floating around, but for Skyjump and Mumsy, for now, it should be relatively safe as we continue to look around the lobby. 2 eliminations to start this game for Vico and Malabuka. They too need a resurgence here outside the leaderboard, but they are only around 24 points away as it stands, so they still need a couple more eliminations, or honestly, just to make it inside of the top 10 or so.
Bit unfortunate right now, though, for Z-Dog and Goofy. Ever since those initial eliminations that Z-Dog has suffered, Mumsy Skyjump definitely taking
I have a
advantage
strong
of
feeling
it.
Peach and Poyo are winning this game.
Creeping closer and
Game
closer
9.
towards that match point threshold. But even if they achieve it, they still have to play at least one more lobby. So it's about making it there and then preventing Shark and Teeny from having any level of success. And the problem is, Jacob, is that from second all the way down to 8th place, where Deemish and Darm entered this match 9 at 260 points, realistically speaking, there is a chance for all of these teams to potentially catapult themselves into that match point threshold. I'm not ignoring the fact that we have seen Deemish and Darm throw up 18 match eliminations with a victory royale. That's enough to overcome the distance.
Yeah, it's just the further down that leaderboard you go, it's almost a win-needed scenario. If you wanted to be on match point after this one, join the likes of Shark and Teeny, the only team to be on pace. Peterbot Poyo needed roughly 87 points throughout the course of this game. From here on out, go ahead and land on match point. It could be through eliminations, it could be through winning the game. Definitely have given themselves options, but they've kind of fell below the curve, or at least where you would think a team like this caliber would stand, especially since they're playing for the Falcons and the club championship as well. You can kind of see a little bit of a different approach to this game. Not as many kind of fights going down, 50-50s, solos just kind of get points. It just kind of seems like it's a little bit more calculated this time around.
Hey, Vico felt very confident that that last lobby was going to be the immediate match point threshold secured. And after they got eliminated so early on, Malabuka probably told them, snap back to reality and lock in, because everyone else is catching up at a rapid rate here as Swizzy and Pixie looking to try and bring down Falcons Peterbot and Poyo, but they will fall back momentarily. They had them a little bit on the run there though, but they're just seemingly more preoccupied with not getting caught out in any other third-party intervention. It's a smart idea to create a little bit space here. But for Pete and Poyo, kind of readdressing the whole club championship series, that elimination feed already lit up with Sky and Scroll's names. As long as Peterbot and Poyo can maintain staying inside of the top 8 here, they will be able to contribute towards those club championship points and just help Falcons stay nestled inside that first place position for the weekend overall.
Yeah, just kind of looking at the leaderboard, it does look like Sky and Scroll have been eliminated out of this game as well. HEAL
Sky and
having a rough day,
Scroll.
but we've seen Sky and Scroll have big comes back before, and I would think today could possibly be no different. But you still got a big team standing in your path, Shark and Teeny, who have seemed to have let the dust settle. They're not in any desperate situations like you see some others already at this stage of the game. Acorn and Bolts lurking around top side of Steamy. They're already inside of the zone. They're just waiting for somebody to make a mistake.
Problem right now, though, for a duo like Faded and Khan is they're having to depend pretty heavily on securing some big elimination points. 3 duos having already been eliminated from this match 9 just means that that end game might not be so topsy-turvy after all. We might see it thinning out at a much faster rate here in comparison to a lot of these past matchups, but more specifically, Peterbot and Poyo and everyone else inside this top 8 period of the leaderboard, they're just going to be looking to shut down. The moment that Shark or Teeny light up that elimination feed, it's just going to be the green light for everyone else to try and follow up and collapse.
And I think Shark and Teeny as of now still way over in Dirty Docks. We might not see them for a little bit. Fifth zone, is where you typically see teams start to play a little bit safer. They don't want to get knocked. They don't want to get eliminated. Kind of get put in a blender, being forced to figure out how I'm going to make it to the next stage of the game.
Is crazy.
Jump by Momsy, rotating through Slurpee Swamp. You know they don't need to go ahead and use
If Shark and
too many
Teeny
of their
win
own
this game,
resources.
they
There's
win
a lot
it
of
all.
barrels that they can go and replenish the HP, the shield, anything that they need. They just need to be very, very aware, careful of how many other players are rotating in and around their current position.
At a bare minimum, 3 eliminations would guarantee that match point. So even if they should stumble here in game 9 and find themselves wiped out of the lobby entirely, so long as they cross 350 points, everything else is kosher. But then they are also depending on somebody else in the lobby to stop Shark and Teeny in their tracks and not allow that Victory Royale to break through.
And now we finally get to see where everybody is at. A decent spread for the most part, but the zone forcing players all the way toward the west, just below Steamy Stacks. So a lot of time to still get in position. It's like Hari and Cammy, you see they're not too far away, but they are close by, basically rotating parallel to Vico and Malabuka. They got a hint of where another team is at, but I'm not sure Vico and Malabuka felt the same. But with the elevation of that bridge, they might be able to get a bird's eye view onto them slowly rotating into the zone.
Malabuka, Vico, too many whites to play with. They'll be able to full heal before they opt to utilize that launch pad. Make their way closer towards that edge of zone. Teeny, Shark, recognizing the fact that they were going to need to go cross-country for this one based on how this zone is pooling over across that western side of the map. Now it's just about making sure that they don't get snuck up on by another team already kind of lying in the wings here. Salva, Yasin could be the ones to put them down potentially. Shot's not going to connect there onto Teeny just yet, but pressure's on. Everyone else looking up onto these rooftops, but Shark and Teeny, they'll be able to hold their own for right now.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows it's them just yet, but that would have been a good shot and a good moment to capitalize. Kind of take the only match point team out of the game, guaranteeing we at least go to a match 10, but they're going to stay alive, so the threat is looming around every one of these corners still. Peterbot and Boyo slowly but surely making it in. Right in the center of the zone so far. Relatively even ground. Outside of the south side of the map where Logjam Lodging is actually at, and that's where Teeny and Shark have already positioned at.
Malabuka, Vico, also somewhat local to where Shark and Teeny are located currently, but Pete and Boyo, they need a big moment here in game 9. Victory Royale would certainly be the cherry on top, of course, but Xane's last hope currently, Jacob. Things are looking a bit dire right now because Cammy, Hari, Vico, Malabuka, Skyjump, Momsy, every single one of them at least being across that 300 points spot to begin with, they're just going to have that much more feasible of a time of actually securing match point in advance.
Momsy down.
Tough spot to be in if you're Skyjump. It's not over just yet. Momsy will at least have a chance to try to get back in the game, but he is definitely being put on the clock. Skyjump just kind of looking for any bit of resources. He's at a decent amount of distance between him and the next closest team, but that position's going to be given away. Momsy rebooting right back on in. You got a couple teams trying to go ahead and fire off in the distance.
now.
We're not taking the green light just yet, but it does look like Vico and Malabuka, they might be trying to take the bait. They know somebody in there has absolutely nothing to their name. Shark and Teeny seeing it all play down as well. They're putting pressure down from above, and this is right after getting these eliminations, getting that knock onto Momsy, just making it tougher and tougher for their closest competition.
Malabuka
because
out.
Vico and Malabuka have just fallen as well.
And Vico, Malabuka, they needed this lobby. They know that now their fate is going to rest in the control of what Shark and Teeny are able to accomplish. The frustration is obvious, but for Shark and Teeny, you can't just go on autopilot. You can't just think that it's a guarantee, it's a lock, because they still need to get the win. And who loves to play spoiler to that more than Peterbot and Poyo?
I'm not sure if they got the clue. If they got a memo, that's them underneath. That is the biggest threat to everybody in this lobby. Peterbot and Pollo. Team Falcons have positioned themselves accordingly, even getting a bit of information on Skyjump Momsy, Kanata, and Victor V. The only other NA team inside of the top 10 thanks to that victory royale, but they just lack a little bit of attention there. Shots coming in from the side. Peterbot's shield gets dropped just like that.
Yo, Peterbot,
that
what's
last
up, bro?
mammoth shot had
You think
connected though
you'll
onto
clutch
either
this or
Shark
no?
or Teeny. Maybe would have seen the tide start
Peterbot,
to
will you
shift, a
clutch
little
this or
rocking
no?
of the boat here. Cold, rapid, under a lot of
Not
pressure
looking
currently though,
good.
but Pete, he's
Pollo
still not
dead.
super healthy. Pollo's actually going to end up finding the bulk of the lobby focus, but Cold and Rapid just alongside them cannot avoid all of this suppressive fire. Cold will be claimed for it, and the lobby just continues to victimize some of these teams.
That combat SMG is just so daunting when it's spraying into your box. Yamzo tries to go for a quick play, but he has to abandon ship. Peterbot doing a good job of just kind of closing the covers,
No,
trying to be as
Peterbot,
rare
they
as
won't do it.
possible. Placement points have not even started to set in, and he's one of two solos.
Mumsy and Skyjump, Shark and Teeny. Mumsy and Skyjump, one of the few teams still remaining in this lobby that could potentially be neck and neck with Shark, but do they realize just how close their #1 opposition actually is? They're not ready to commit just yet to any sort of fight. Peterbot on the other hand, he's just looking for any kind of refresh that he can muster up. Goofy not going to be the first one to go down though. Pete still trying to chase him out. He knows this is solo v solo right now. My best chance at coming up big time, and yet he'll be forced to depart and just sit and wait for the backside of the zone.
Yeah, it just gets tougher. He has to build there to protect
Ah,
himself, leaving with only one piece left. Peterbot right now hoping for some sort of blessing as he's lurking right behind.
Your back is
That's
open
Khan, that's
too.
faded. There's a whole nother team towards left. He's definitely trying to give himself options. Momsy, Skyjump, finding some extra loot down below. 3 different med kits. That's not only going to allow for Momsy to heal up here, but possibly stagger himself back later in this same game.
Mumsy needs every little bit of HP that he can get though, because single shot, that's all it takes for disaster to strike. Only 5 points away from hitting that match point threshold, but Peterbot has fallen. That's going to be Falcons duo no longer in the mix up here, as now Shark and Teeny a bit isolated, looking down, trying to see if they can get some pressure onto Pixie, but adamant as ever to watch overhead, trying to make sure that nobody else is going to overcross them and overtake. They want the high ground more than anything else.
Yeah, but Skyjump Momsy only 2 points away.
Shark,
from being
they
on
got
match
high
point
ground.
in the next game, but they also have to bring it to a next game. Shark and Teeny are now on high ground. The only match point team are now positioning themselves to end it here in 9 games.
We've seen this so many times already this weekend for Shark
Game
and
over.
Teeny. Momsy and Skyjump. If you're going to get activated, it has to be right now. Shark and Teeny cannot afford to be left to their own devices
Yes.
here on height,
They
because
can't
we
be
already
on high
know
ground.
just how commanding they are when it's in their control. Fukun and Minifio starting to be forced even further down into the dirt. All the while, Shark and Teeny, the world is their oyster. Finally, they'll get chopped, but they already managed to prevent any sort of fall damage off the Flowberry Fizz.
Shark Teeny, they were able to catch himself. That's huge. Fizz, shockwaves. They regained their composure up above. Even with Goofy going down, placement points setting in. There's more teams looking to join them on match point, but they have to figure out a way to force another game, because Shark and Teeny looking up and contested up until now. Another team
Shark
goes
is
up.
going down.
Shark dropped to 37 HP.
And then he's gone.
going to fall.
Shark is falling
needs
too.
to be the savior
Yes.
here for his team. He has to stay alive. It's Swizzy, it's Pixie. They're the ones that are looking to bring us to another game.
Swizzy and Pixie might have just saved
Yes, sir.
this entire tournament here, because Shark, even though he's still alive, Jacob, he's just so hurt. Only
Can't.
10 bits remaining in
At
this
least they can't
Flowberry
get
Fizz.
crushed
He
now.
has to siphon
We have a 10
anything that
game.
he can get.
We have a game
Pixie
10,
and
chat.
Swizzy, another one onto Romero. Salvo will also fall. They are racking up the points.
Shark is
can't
gone.
get the shot
Yes,
to
sir.
line up. Skyjump and Momsy just crossed the threshold. We're going to see a game 10.
Wow, wow, wow. Hopefully you guys at home didn't have anything to do today because we have a long road ahead. Hari's here trying to play for that match point as well. 339 points. He wants to be one of 3 teams to try to make it there in this next game. Swizzy and Pixie as well. Ton of points left, but Hari's dream of being on match point is cut short by Josh and Iamzo.
These guys have been playing spoiler for the past few matches, it seems like, and they're not intending on slowing down. Yasin also going to be claimed as now frontside control is purely at their favor, but Swizzy, Pixie, they're ready to drop. They've already gotten the connection. Darm's going to be pieced apart the moment he tries to go forward, but Swizzy lost so much HP along the way. Iamzo and Josh, they're trying to send it.
They absolutely shred the HP and shields of Team Havoc, and it's Elite down below. 2v2 situation. Resources for both teams are dwindling. Big shot from Swizzy on the side. That's going to take down Josh. Iamzo with a 1v2. There goes the first knock, and it's him versus the world. Swizzy versus Iamzo. 15 HP, and it's not going to be enough. Iamzo closes it out.
It doesn't matter what's happened in the past because the future is now. Josh and Iamzo desperately needed this. It's not going to put them into that match point threshold, but they might just get a chance. We saw everything crumble for Shark and Teeny, and I would anticipate a very
Sky
similar
and
fashion,
Scroll.
Jacob,
Oh
for
my God.
everyone else that is currently sitting on match point, aka Skyjump and Momsy, 2 different duos, public enemy #1.
We haven't seen too many teams go up and actually contest the high ground. We haven't seen too many fights in the last 4 days when it comes to Fortnite on the high ground. But Shark and Teeny on match point, the lobby felt the pressure that they were in and they executed to take them out. And now we have 2 teams on match point.
But man, kudos to Pixie and Swizzy. They made it close. For a moment, it looked like that could have gone a different way entirely, but just getting a chance to even break through what Iamzo and Josh are going on.
Then you're back, I'm going up.
No, I died.
200?
He has Siphon, I think.
Nice!
Nice.
Calm, cool, collected.
Oh
Good
my
information. Say, hey, he might have Siphon, might have more HP than you would think in that situation, but Iamzo, nonetheless, with a huge HP and shield advantage, of course, closes that one out. He's a little bit of a distance away, but not only securing a little bit more prize money if the tournament ends now, but getting that much closer to hopefully being on match point.
No, they definitely needed that because the Victor Royale points alone are going to really help swing them, have much more favorability in terms of just getting close towards that match point threshold, because at this stage, Hari, Cammy, they're also sitting right at 342 points. They're not trying to watch Skyjump and Momsy or Shark and Teeny walk away with this one, and neither is Vico or Malibuca, Lewa and Romero, Darm, Deemish, all teams sitting between 320 to 326 points. And as the competition continues to tighten up with the match point threshold standings, everyone that's not necessarily in that position.
I feel so bad for
Why
Sky
not
and Scroll.
just look to be agents of chaos?
They really tried
This is
whole
one of the
tournament.
few formats, Jacob, where it is very rewarding for teams that have been left behind to get an advantage so late into the game because they don't have anything to lose and everything to gain. But we'll have to see what happens here after everything that we've already witnessed. So make sure you guys go grab a quick refreshment and we'll be right back.
We were there. For every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind. And we're here. Now. The proud founding partner of EWC. Powering the biggest event in gaming. Shoulder to shoulder with the world's best.
Hi,
Making history.
Corey.
Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion. Reach your impossible.
All right, we've hopped on over to the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet because Trackmania
is getting going, and we already have some really important updates. Talk me through what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's been a really big week for Trackmania. It's the biggest event in their history as far as prize pool is concerned, and also maybe the biggest event here at EWC today because of the Club Championship. Falcons have the gold. Carl Jr., he is playing up later on, has a really tough game to get through into that top 8. We've already lost one member from AGL, though, in our very first game. He crashes out. Binks, not a great performance from him. You'll be really disappointed. He was tipped to finish within the top 6, but he would have been picking up points for AGL. That was our consideration. They still have one more player. It feels like Falcons and all the other single-player games, they've got like 4 or 5 players. AGL have 2 here in Trackmania. We've got Gwen going up in his matchup today. Right this second, if he gets through, that's a top 8, that's placement. If he can go further, that is the big question, but people are expecting him to qualify here.
Which I think at this point AGL need, because on our stage they have found themselves at the bottom of the lobby right now. This could be their only saving grace. I mean, we're gonna have to see what happens. As more updates come out, we'll make sure we check back in with Chris as well and keep you updated on how it's all going.
What a last game that was. The most important thing here, Vivid, is we go again. Game number 10 is coming up. Shark and Teeny went down early, but what a game for Swizzy and Pixie.
Swizzy and Pixie, incredible stuff there, right? Kind of joining in the contention. I think it's like top 6 that they are. I know they crossed the 310-point threshold, but the reason why I wanted to talk about Swizzy and Pixie, because during that game 5 to game 6 breaks, I actually had the opportunity to talk to them. I was like, hey, listen, are you guys looking forward to the slurp map? And they were like, no, not at all. We don't have a lot of good loot. Like, we have no idea what we're going to do. But then a good game from them right there. And honestly, they've been picking up steam.
Yeah, that was a really good game. Was it second place in that last game? Really solid for them. 5 limbs there as well, but we have to talk about it. The elephant in the room. Shark and Teeny going down early right there. Big surprise.
So here it is, man. You remember when I talked about it after the last game? I was like, Shark and Teeny, it feels like they have a little bit of a freebie, right? Nobody can kind of pressure them off that win and kind of end the tournament early. But now we're going to start to get the ball rolling. Some of these teams are going to start to enter that conversation.
So good and it's free.
Skyjump and Momsy.
Is it on Epic?
Skyjump and Momsy. I know everyone in this room is hyped for Skyjump and Momsy. They have reached that match point threshold. Are they going to take this final game? Potentially the final game for them. Will it even be the final game? But we want to know. We're ready. I'm sure the players are ready. Are the crowd ready for this game? Match 10. Paris, make some noise!
Skyjump and Momsy!
Let's go to it.
We have all been blessed. We thought the tournament would end there, but we get a crucial match number 10 with Shark and Teeny leading the pack, 383 points on match point with Skyjump and Momsy not too far away, 378 points. Those are our top 2 teams that could win it all here.
Look, from a spectator POV, Jacob, I would love to see all 15. But with what's been unfolding before our very eyes, especially after that game 9, and the way that Yamzo and Josh were even able to like kick it in to another level, everyone is doing their best to try and catch right back up to that match point threshold. And while the odds might be against many of our competitors, especially those who aren't within that match point security spot, you still need the victory royale. You still need one more good game in order to really seal the deal. And there are just so many competitors outside of that match point range that could hit it in this game 10.
Have you played online,
so now it's just going to be about who finds Skyjump and Momsy, Shark and Teeny first.
Yep, and I really thought throughout the course, at least the early game, the mid game, there'd be a few teams trying to go on the hunt to take down Shark and Teeny. That way they have a chance to go another game. But Shark and Teeny land all the way in the back towards Dirty Docks. The zone max pulled far away. That allowed for Shark and Teeny to stay there for so long and trying to dodge dangerous moment after dangerous moment, so they didn't have to deal with a lot of these teams.
Yamzo and Josh, though. Not to worry about it too
This
much,
game
but
is so tight.
first elimination highlight. Vico. Tough break, but Hey, everyone is trying to make their presence known. I believe it might have even been Vico securing that first elimination, finally moving the needle from 326 total points overall to 329. So a few more of those eliminations, and Vico and Malabuka, they're not looking to wait it out any longer. They want to be inside that match point threshold. All they need is 18 more points. That's just 6 eliminations.
6 eliminations. If they make it far enough, placement points as well. But Momsy finds himself getting taken down by Sky
can't
and
believe
Scroll
Bolt
for who
and
hoping to
Acorn
have
are
a miracle
last.
run to end the tournament, keep themselves in contention
Singe
of
is
that
online,
club
nice.
championship. But our team in first place, the first one to meet match point over at Dirty Docks. They find their first elimination on to Muzz, and this is almost a repeat of what went down in that last game. It was Muzz and Sphinx kind of stuck in the blender, unable to really catch themselves a moment to get out of it.
Feels like I'm in the Twilight Zone, though, watching Muzz just be eliminated in such stylish fashion by Shark there. Mammoth pistol shots are just so clean. It's normally Muzz that we're used to seeing have that kind of aim, but Shark and Teeny are really giving this entire lobby a run for their money. Skyjump and Mumsy, we know that they suffered an early elimination themselves, but Sky and Scroll, how long can they really keep Skyjump and Mumsy at bay before somebody else decides to
Will
intervene?
you try Battlefield 6?
Muzz just having that hard time we were talking about, goes down yet again. They spotted Sphinx out in the sky as well, so trying to give him a rough start. Skyjump and Momsy, they get their get back, taking down Sky, making sure they get all the loot that was once theirs. And you can kind of see them already making their way on over towards the eastern side of the map. They are hunting to try to figure out where Sky is at, how they're going to get the elimination onto Reboot, but they're also inching themselves closer and closer to the area of Shark and Teeny.
Look, they're already on the perimeter of this eastern side of the zone, and sure, while picking up this elimination onto Scroll would be a nice little addition, ultimately they're just looking to be the cutoff point. They don't want Shark and Teeny to get by. They are hoping to shut them down and be the only match point team within capabilities of securing a victory royale. But Scroll, the moment that he goes for the finish, Skyjump there, immediately ready to pick his teammate back up, protect the loot, and hold things strong. But now, another player coming into the mix at a rapid rate. Skyjump, he's in heavy pressure by Shark.
These are both our match point teams. They're going head to head right now. Shark and Teeny, they probably saw everything going down in the feed. They want to be the only ones with a chance to win it here. And it's Skyjump on the back foot. No shield, less HP because another shot is going to land. Momsy for certain has made it back into this game, but Skyjump has now been put on respawn.
And this is where it starts to get really dicey now. While I respect the gall from Skyjump and Mumsy to try and shut down Shark and Teeny, instead they find themselves on the receiving end of a lot of aggression here. And Shark Teeny, they're already scanning the skies. They're ready to follow exactly where they know Skyjump and Mumsy's honing beacon is taking them to off that fresh reboot.
Big rift in the sky. Well, if you didn't see that, it makes a loud noise, and they immediately are following it. They now know it's him, confirmed with that first elimination, but they hear more than just one player over there. A bit of noise. They don't want to continue rotating on over. Either way, Skyjump is going to go down again. The reason why Shark and Teeny didn't rotate is exactly because of that. The squad from Elite Esports was the one holding that mountain.
Very smart pullback there from Shark and Teeny. Just no reason to overextend.
Said the only bad thing about Siege is that if you want to play ranked, you have to buy the game, but you can play casual for
try
free.
to follow. Skyjump going to be forced to head a separate directions, and booming base
What's
was
good in
clearly not
ranked?
an option, but with Shark and Teeny still able to split Momsy and Skyjump cleanly down the middle, and now also recognizing Faded Khan right next to that supply drop, also going to be the ones just continuing to prevent Momsy from reuniting with Skyjump.
Luckily for him, though, Khan and Faded don't actually push on over. So they work as a deterrent to stop Shark and Teeny from pushing on over, and they don't do it themselves, which is kind of giving Skyjump and Momsy a breath of fresh air here. And I say that kind of loosely because they are nowhere near each other at all. Skyjump, Momsy having to work as solos. Meanwhile, Muzz comes back in.
Muzz
trying
has
to get a
died like
cheeky
1
advantage on
million
the Shark
times
and
this
Teeny,
game.
but he gets caught out once more, sent right back on over to the reboot.
Jacob, I don't know if you just watched what's been taking place here, but Shark is just not human right now.
Someone
This
needs
kid's
to
aim
take
is just
down
on another level. Every
Mumsy
single
and
shot
Sharks.
just connecting effortlessly. He is playing so smooth right now. And I think it's all because you've got to wipe that last game fumble out of your mind. You have to start getting, you have to act like none of those problems are going to reoccur. And at this rate, if they're able to maintain such a strong footing in this lobby and can carry this momentum into the end game, we're going to have to look at Swizzy and Pixie even more still to see whether or not they're going to be the main ones to challenge for the high ground later on.
The second inside of that building, this finds Salvatore and immediately take him down. Sky Jump gets found out again. Lewa and Romero get that elimination. They spent so long on two different sides of the map as solos, just trying to go ahead and get as much loot as possible. And now one of them gets put right back to where he started before.
Pete and Pollo playing it safe with the bush. Ready to make their next move. Sky Jump and Momsy. That early game decision to aggress against Scroll. They had to have that time to elimination be at much faster than what it resulted in, because now they're just going through it time and time again. If it's not Sharkantini, it's somebody else. There are just so many choke points, and they can't find any sort of break. No one is allowing them to touch back down safely. Lewa and Romero also utilizing that opportunity to just get one bit closer towards that match point threshold. Cammy and Hottie only need 2 more eliminations.
And the thing about that Team Falcons roster of Peterbot and Pollo, they will do what it takes to succeed, what it takes to give them a chance to win. If it means chasing down both of the teams on match point, it's something I feel like they do have it in them to do. It's just all about figuring out when and where those players are going to be found out. Momsy on the other side of the map, still trying to survive with the hopes of him and Sky Jump being able to pull themselves back into this game. And so far, he's been doing a good job of making that the case. But Sharkantini, they run into trouble. Leviathan's duo of Lewa and Ramiro. We saw them already take down Sky Jump, and now they're putting pain on the Teeny.
Teeny will get an opportunity to at least pick a little bit of Blueberry Fizz. Lewa and Romero, they don't want to keep that action rolling. Sharkantini will be able to create some space, and they might be very thankful currently that Lewa and Romero actually opted not to give chase here, not to go any further. Love the fact that Sharkantini, they're just playing with a lot of discipline here.
Yeah, and they kind of came from around this spot on the map. This is kind of where they've been kind of floating around since they left that Dirty Dock. So they know most of this location is uninhabited for the most part. So they're going to go back, double check, make sure they have enough heals because they are waiting for the zone to open. Another team just kind of closing the gap, trying to get on match point. 323 points. Darm and Demas just 27 points away. 9 eliminations. Placement points as well. They have a combination of both. We could see a third team join them on match point.
Feels so bad just seeing Muzz get bullied at this rate. They've really been going through it, but sometimes that's just the nature of Reload. Peterbot and Pollo, though, kind of shifting this direction. Thinking back on the fact that the club championship still very much at stake here. While we know this is $1 million prize pool for the direct Fortnite competition, there is $7 million for a first place position on this club championship leaderboard for EWC finals. And since it's week 7, this is a crucial series right now for Falcons team overall, because if Pete and Pollo can put themselves back into that top 8 position, forget about the match point threshold for a second and everything else. Just think about securing the ultimate W for your org on the weekend.
7
win for yourself,
million.
win for the org. Everyone gets to celebrate, but you still have to go up against this team here, Shark and Teeny. They are on match point. They're one of the most dangerous teams that we do have in this lobby. They know how to fight their way out of almost every situation. But it's them here as well. Skyjump and Momsy, match point, hometown favorite. Anytime you kind of see them do anything worth noting, the whole crowd lets you know. And now they're looking back on the Z-Dog and Goofy, trying to pressure them further and further. They have an isolated fight if they do want to take it, but we are in this 6th zone. Going down here would be disastrous because in 40 or so seconds, Taka reboots will be disabled.
And given how the starting half of this lobby has already been for Skyjump and Momsy, they make the wise decision to just play it a little bit more passive, a little bit more safe. If they can get those shots in, then sure, they'll take them. But they don't need to risk anything else because placement is the focal point. You can't tunnel vision on what might seem like an easy fight because that's how the third-party mix-up comes into the play. Peterbot and Pollo, though, one more time. Pete trying to get a shot in on the Vico Malabuca as they rotate on by. All these teams, though, able to benefit from some of the goodies surrounding Slurpy Swamp.
Reboot
just
ending.
Like that, reboots have been disabled. Max pull for Vico and Malabuca, but they're going to go ahead and make sure they're full HP and shield. They're going to keep their toes in that slurp water, at least for now. Sharkatini see an opportunity for their drop down, trying to get it for themselves, but a whole nother team steals it away. But no harm, no foul. They don't get caught out of position, and that's the interesting thing. Game after game, you see it Sharkatini. They're always elevating themselves above all the chaos that goes down below. Hari, Cammy, they're just trying to survive it. They need 5 points. Hari's going to go down. Cammy's going to go down. And again, back-to-back games, they fail to make it to match point.
Those final few points just so elusive right now for Cammy and Hari. And knowing that every single chance that they've had just constantly like grabbing at smoke, it just keeps slipping right through their fingers. They just have to hope that neither Skyjump and Momsy or Sharkantini are able to win this match 10. But for Teamish and Darm, they are also still looking to try and secure that match point threshold. They've done an excellent job at getting a more isolated position.
About to get intense.
They're sticking towards that front side of zone. They've got to be wary, though. Vico Malabuca steadily pushing their way up closer and closer to where they're at. Sharktini, a bit elevated, not fully committing just yet towards the high ground, but they are in a position where they will have a substantially easier time rotating forward off one of these overdrive grenades, likely to use that Flowberry Fizz combo with it. Cold getting taken out. Just too much of a mess
Cold and
right
rapid
now
and
on
bold.
the other half of things from where Shark
This might be
team
their
are at,
worst
but
game.
hey, when you see a team so
Their
injured,
worst
why not
tournament.
close in further?
Yeah, just make it harder and harder for them to survive. Teeny actually getting credit for that rapid elimination. Almost even looked like they're going to go over for the loot as well, but the zone pulling back up over towards the north, creeping closer and closer towards Slurpy Swamp, but not quite there just yet. So everybody's going to have to rotate in unison, especially those that do got that max pull from the back. Salvatore just barely hanging on, 50 shield, even less HP, just hoping a teammate builds him a path that he can feel confident following up on. Oh.
And man, that is not good for Malabuca or Vico because they still only need those 18 points before they hit that match point threshold. And knowing that it's only Malabuca left as a solo here in a sea of duos and just so many stacked teams in this endgame, this is a dangerous position to be in, but drawing things back in towards Shark and Teeny. Virtus Pro cannot be feeling great if they're watching this right now, Jacob, because they are currently the team in Club Championship standing in that 4th place position. And if Shark and Teeny win this game, the 1,000 points that they would confirm for those standings would take them from 10th place overall into that 4th place position, stealing away millions of dollars.
That's not something I would ever want to be a part of. It's just too nerve-wracking to say the least. Just like Skyjump and Momsy getting to the front side of zone. They're getting pressured on one side, trying to take a whole nother fight on the next, looking up, seeing what they can handle. Shark and Teeny are going up. They got met, they got pushed, they got punished, getting sent right back down below. Shark with a dream right now. He does get elimination. He does get a chance for the med kit to get the HP back on up. Splash is going through as well. They have survived, but at what cost?
Skyjump alongside Momsy,
so intense, bro.
just trying to bide their time.
So
I don't want to get overzealous just yet.
Dactyl is a W.
It's difficult though when you are just functioning with so few builds, playing through that backside of zone, constantly thinking about whether or not a duo is going to open up any kind of single shot for fire. Skyjump, Mumsy doing everything in their power to try and play evasively, but the movement will actually be enough. They need to find a refresh, and Shark Teeny overhead, taking down Falcons, Peter Bot, and Pollo.
And they have turned the tables heavily in their favor. They're on high ground, and they have to be a team to contest them. Otherwise, they could end it here and now. Skyjump has fallen. Another match team has been ripped apart, and it's all up to Mumsy if they hope to make it here. But he goes down as well. Taco, there's one team left on match point.
But Swizzy and Pixie, they were already in the sky. They opted to drop all the way down. But if there was ever a team that was able to shut down Shark and Teeny, they already did it in the last lobby. Malibuca, Agent of Chaos, hoping to try and cause some problems. But even then, Malibuca with no builds sent Shark and Teeny flying. But has the damage truly been enough with this RPG overhead? Teeny's just making it look too easy.
Using every single rocket. The exotic shockwave pistol
winning it. There's nothing anyone else can do now.
His way on back, but it strikes again.
Winning it.
With a sliver of HP. Shark being dropped down to the low ground. Both of them looking for survival here. They're one of 5 teams left in this game, and they're officially out of match all together. A team from up above. Down goes Teeny. Shark is left by himself. No extra heals. He has to start his med kit here. I'm not sure it's going to be enough because he has to find a way to shockwave back in the zone, but nobody sees him out there. Mini Pio, Scroll, both fighting for the high ground. Shark has figured out a way to find his way back to the zone. Scroll takes a lot of damage. Shark is doing everything here and trying to survive until he goes down. Taco, we go. Another game.
Wait.
Fuku and Mini Pio, they're just trying to see whatever points they can manage to secure here, because Scroll, even as a solo, making a little bit of a bounce back here for
Clicks didn't qual.
but it was none other than Swizzy and Pixie.
Yeah, Swizzy, they're winning this. They're winning this.
They force Shark and Teeny into such awkward positioning, and Fuku Mini Pio, while they're trying to stand tall against the likes of
Havoc and Swizzy might win this if they win this game, chat. I swear to God.
He can actually solo clutch this endgame performance.
I swear to God, if Swizzy, they win this, no, Swizzy is dead.
Swizzy is down! Swizzy is down! It turns into a 1v1 situation here. Scroll versus Pixie. This is for everything right now to rise up the leaderboard.
Swizzy, they're winning. They are stealing it from Shark.
4 points. Pixie with 1 rocket left, waiting for the perfect moment to use it. Trying to figure out where he's going to peek from. Crashes down. No build left to save himself. He's going to take the fight to Scroll.
They need that win.
On his own terms, but Scroll squeaks past. Pixie lands the shot.
No!
We go.
They did it. No way.
Swizzy and Pixie had just been on match point before this game started.
No
way. We are looking at our EWC champions, but fortunately for Skyjump and Mumsy, Shark and Teeny, that simply wasn't
did they steal this win?
And Scroll, though, definitely gonna be feeling pretty happy with themselves, because technically speaking, everyone's tourney lives are still
the champions.
on the line.
There's no way.
That top 8 positioning for AGAL, it's
There's
not
no
over
way.
just yet.
There's no way they didn't
Falcons
win it
still
all.
having a sweat watching what's taking place in this competition.
And it was Falcons themselves, Peter Bot and Koyo.
No way.
So good.
Chad, did you see how they stole this game from Shark and Teeny?
Shark and Teeny take them
No
down.
way.
It eventually leads to their demise. We had Skyjump and Mumsy fall. All our match teams out of the game. And then look at Scroll right now. Did you wait? Was that 21 eliminations? Was that over 20 eliminations for Sky and Scroll?
What?
Hey, better
Sky
late
and
than
Scroll,
never.
they tried.
If that were to be the case, better late than never. There are so many teams that were just in dire need of some crazy big performances here, Jacob, to try and play catch up on that leaderboard. But even then, even if they did,
they really tried.
One of those eliminations on top of a
They
very
didn't
strong
fall.
placement
They went
in
for
the end game.
survival. And
Swizzy
today's
and
hill
Pixie
wasn't a
have
good
gotta
day,
be the
but
talk of the town
they
right
really
now,
tried.
because Shark and Teeny, for what it's worth, they've won more than every single other team competing this weekend. But the one victory royale that they need more than every single other one that they've gathered. It just won't happen.
It's just slipping through their fingers time and time again. And I think teams are realizing, man, their time is running out. We have to be able to not only take out these teams that are on match point, but get to match point ourselves. That's why it was so huge for having Swizzy and Pixie there to win the game, build that confidence, and join those top two teams
No way they didn't
that
win.
are
No way
already
they're
on
champions.
match point,
SPRITES
easing up a
no
little
way
pressure for themselves, because now they get to play with a little bit more freedom in their own game plan.
But when there's three teams that are sitting on that threshold for match point, and all three of them have already proven that they are capable of winning a victory royale, how does the lobby choose to respond? Because Swizzy and Pixie, they answered the challenge. They saw what Shark and Teeny were getting up to, and they immediately started to counter it. But will it be enough? Because now it's their turn to see if they can make it through. But Jacob, obviously, we got plenty more Fortnite action to come, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Wait, is there still another game or no?
A lot of people are haunted by their past. I'm inspired by it.
They're not just playing for themselves, they're really playing for their entire family.
They have defeated their demons. They have crushed the curse.
Welcome back to Fortnite Reload Championship at EWC 26. An insane game we just had, and also with everything going on here at EWC. Claire, tell us what's going on with the club championship.
I gotta catch my breath. I was just running around the venue, trying to stay up to date and everything that's happening, because I popped over onto Trackmania to see how things are going. Obviously, one went out for AGAL, but Gwen lives and moves on to top 8, so AGAL are now guaranteed points. That means they closed the gap between them and Falcons at the top of the leaderboard. It's only a 100-point difference right now.
123.
They gotta do something to Trackmania. Or if it stays as is right now with our standings, because Falcons are outside of the top 8, Falcons get 0 points in Fortnite as well. It would be a massive opportunity.
Oh my, it's getting even more intense. Thank you, Glitter. I know you gotta go back and just keep on looking at everything going on with the club championship. Glitter Explosions keeping us up to date with everything. But yeah, I mean, we gotta talk about the winners, the duo that actually won this match, because now we have 5 teams, Levin. 5 teams with more than 350 points.
I know I said I was excited for match point. I don't know if my heart can take it. I might not get through these games. I mean, you're just so on the edge towards the end. Look at it. It is unbelievable. Any one of these teams could be the team in the next game that lifts that trophy.
And Levin, we're looking at 5-2, a team that you've been following, Lewa, Romero. We've been talking about Brazil. They also get in there with the match point.
What a story that would be if Lewa and Romero were the ones to lift the trophy here. I mean, the last time we saw an Argentinian really shake up the world standings in Fortnite was back in 2019 in the World Cup with King. I mean, it's been quite some time since then, Kenny, but if anyone's going to do it, you got to think it's these two.
And look, they already have a victory royale. So does Swizzy Pixie. So does Shark and Teeny. I mean, Skyjump and Momsy, Vigo, Malabuka, they're playing incredibly well. But if they're not able to get that victory royale, then Vivid, it does not matter.
1/4 of the lobby is ready to win this competition right now. It is getting quite scary. We have entered territory where obviously, yeah, these top 5 teams, they want to win a game to end the competition. But now all of the other 15 teams, they've got to win a game just to continue on, just to have a chance to kind of rise up the leaderboard in any which way that they can. And you want to talk about rising up the leaderboard, the stakes feel the heaviest for Peterbot and Pollo representing Falcons. Glitter Broker down 7. I'm a little bit worried.
I am a little bit worried as well. And we saw a bit of a bounce back there too from AGAL. They're in competition. They're wanting to get into that top A spot. 22 eliminations, Kelly, in that last match.
They went absolutely insane. Levin, I thought for finally we were going to see the Sky and Scroll we all expected. The Sky and Scroll we all know. The Sky and Scroll that won back-to-back majors in EU. And finally, it might be too late, but I'm glad that they showed us that this is the Sky and Scroll that we know and love.
Where's this been all week? I mean, if you had the ability to come through and do this, it might be a bit too late, right, as far as pushing things up, but that is just, oh, it's unbelievable. It would have been nice if they could have just lifted it up with the win as well, but that many limbs, my goodness.
You know what's funny, but also not so funny at the same time, especially if you're a Sky and Sport fan.
Crown.
Yeah, they picked up that 22 elimination game.
Said
Where do you think
consumables
they
like
stand?
Chug
I don't know if
Jug,
you
Big
guys
Pot,
caught a
Mini
quick glimpse of
Vegetables.
yeah, they're in 16th right now, even after that game counting, right? That is how far down the leaderboard they are currently before that game. So still.
Oh my god. Let me play some Fortnite. Holy guacamole. What? Why is the ping so high?
At Nanakar 8R. Said I mean Crown is easy to LVL up if you're a sweat.
If you're a sweat? Wait, what if you enter with that crown sprite and you lose it in a game? Does it reset or no? Does it reset or no, chat? Oh my god. I meant like that crown sprite. What if you lose it in let's say you had it and you
At
win a game?
Nanakar 8R.
Does
Said I
it
didn't
win with
hear you.
only one win? Does it level up with only one win or no? Lee. I don't have a crown win too yet.
At Nanakar 8R. Said it levels up when you get a win, but when you lose, yes, you lose your progress.
What? That's crazy. No! What the hell? No, 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 no. There's someone here. There's someone here, not gonna lie.
At Nanakar 8R. Said so like imagine it's LVL 4. And you die, you have to restart it LVL 1 again.
No.
At
Then it's
Nanakar
not easy,
8R.
bro.
Said yeah, it's quite annoying.
Then it's not easy. My teammate left. Hello.
At Dachilguyuamigs 123. Said it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. I saw some guy here, but where did he go? There he is.
At Nanakar 8R. Said but if you just hide you may get a chance of winning.
My teammate left. Where did this guy go? What is this? Temple vault key. What do I do now? What do I do now? I opened it.
At Nanakar 8R. Said mine is a level 1.
Wait, chat. I just opened the temple vault key. What should I do now?
At Dachilgaiuamigs 123. Said Skybase. At Nanakar 8R. Said find other temple key.
Oh, man.
At Dachilgaiuamigs 123. Said there's 2. At Nanakar 8R. Said cause you need to open it.
What?
Override activated.
At skateboarding R1Q. Said hi. At
Hi.
skateboarding R1Q. Said hi.
Does it need to open it? I found
At
only
skateboarding
one.
R1Q. Said hi.
I found only one. Bro, this thing is confusing, chat. I'm not gonna lie.
At Nanakar 8R. Said can I be mod? I'm a good mod. At skateboarding R1Q.
Can you be
Said
mod,
hi.
Nana?
At
Nana, I'll give you
skateboarding
mod.
R1Q.
Got
Said hi. At Dachilgaiuamigs 123. Said stop spamming. At skateboarding R1Q.
Skateboarding, hi.
Said
How you doing?
hi.
Please don't spam.
At skateboarding R1Q. Said hi. 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 At Nanakar 8R. Said time him out for 1 minute. At Dachilgaiuamigs 123. Said timed out.
I'm even playing squads and I'm alone. Good thing I'm just getting bots. I would have died already.
At Dachilgaiuamigs 123. Said 10 minutes.
Yeah, chat, you shouldn't spam. Please.
At Nanakar 8R. Said 30.
How am I even going to play this game, chat? It's me against squads.
At Dachilgaiuamigs 123. Said I did 10.
Is this a boss?
Area secure.
At Nanakar 8R. Said hero can you add me?
You can send me a friend request. Got it. Is this rare? Is this Tails sprite rare or no? Don't think it is.
Stay on mission.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
At Nanakar 8R. Said no.
It's not. Why is this
At
fish looking
Nanakar
weird?
8R. Said Klombo and
No!
victory.
It's a rift. I thought
At
it's a rift.
Nanakar 8R. Said crown.
Wait, there is a fish that can rift you in the sky?
At Nanakar 8R. Said but mostly Klombo. At Nanakar 8R. Said I use code HERO.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
At
thank you,
Dachilgaiumix 123. Said same.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I need to go. I need to get out of here. I'm dead. Can I get this shockwave? Yo.
At Nanakar 8R. Said can I play with you?
Can you play with me? Yeah. Brother. Can you guys leave me alone, please?
At Nanakar 8R. Said Dactyl so like my reply button was gray so I thought. At Nanakar 8R. Said I got timed out.
I'm dead. Ouch! You got timed out? What did you do? If you're timed out, you can't chat. You can't text. If you're timed out, you can't text chat. Oh my god. Chat, if you're new to the stream, don't forget to like and
At
subscribe.
Nanakar 8R. Said I thought I got timed out.
Oh my god. Wait, someone had sent me a request. Lee entity.
At Dachilguyuamigs 123. Said you are mod now, congratulations.
Oh my god, Chad, I'm low-key so hungry though. I am so hungry.
At Nanakar8R. Said thank you. At Dachilguyuamigs 123. Said Nana Idor user Lienti.
Wait, is there another game? I didn't even realize there's another game. There is another game, Chad. I didn't know. I thought it was 10 games. I thought it was 10 games, Chad. There's another game right now.
At Nanakar8R. Said I sub to Dactyl.
I think the pistol is good. Did they buff the pistol?
At Dachilguyuamigs 123. Said thanks bro.
Was
At
the pistol buffed or
Nanakar8R.
no?
Said my user is aura_June6. At Dachilguyuamigs 123. Said I subscribed to you. At Nanakar8R. Said one of your VIDs says you want Capybara. At Nanakar8R. Said I have V-Bucks. At Nanakar8R. Said thank you so much. At Dachilguyuamigs 123. Said to Nana I was already subbed to heropee22.
Chat, is the pistol good or no?
At Nanakar8R. Said I've been subbed to. At Nanakar8R. Said no. At Nanakar8R. Said but in my opinion.
I'll not take it then. does break houses too. I think I drop houses. What boss is there?
Override activated. Big fish.
Red goldfish falls golden. This gun is so bad, I'd rather take a pump. Somebody take the 8-bit gold. I prefer a pump. Can someone scan here on Lee entity?
At Nanakar 8 bar. Said I'm bored.
Lee entity, you good?
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said You.
Yo. I want this shield. Jellyfish. I'm not gonna lie, this 8-bit shotgun is so bad.
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said bro.
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro?
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said can I join?
Can you join? Yes, you can join, bro.
At Nanakar 8R. Said welcome Yusuf Alabawi.
Chat, I might load.
Override activated.
Start on the first stage, try to increase fire rates or weapons and reload faster.
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said Tigro Nanakar 8R. At Nanakar 8R. Said You.
Come on, come on, come on.
At Nanakar 8R. Said way say aaa up.
Stay there, stay there.
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said me.
Down there. What is this kid doing?
At Nanakar 8R. Said yes you.
Whoa. What?
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said yet?
Going back there.
At Nanakar 8R. Said what's up?
I'm going back there, sir.
Override activated. More XP.
Surviving storm. Elimination.
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said do you want to play with me gang? At
You want to
Nanakar
play?
8R.
Yeah, I can play
Said
one more, but
Dakil
I'm
and
about
me
to
kinda
hop off,
chilling.
sir. I need to go cook and eat. So hungry.
At Nanakar 8R. Said I don't know bro.
What is this sprite effect?
At Nanakar 8R. Said
Wait,
alright.
is this a glitch or what?
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said Nana my username is Lucasim210.
Is this a glitch or what? Is this a glitch or what? I'm dead. On the tree, on the tree.
At Nanakar 8R. Said I can't get on now. At Yusuf Alabawi. Said why? At Nanakar 8R. Said but
Bro,
my
is
user
my
is
game
Aura
glitched or
underscore
what?
June 6.
My game is glitched.
At Nanakar 8R.
Yo,
Said,
what is
cause I'm
this?
doing SMTH. At Yusuf Alabawi. Said KKM this is boring yawning face.
Oh my god. My game is glitched, chat. What is this? And then someone just comes and kills me. Can you guys come and protect me? I reboot, please. It's coming. Ouch!
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said ha ha ha.
Chad, do you guys see that glitch?
At Nanakar
On
8R.
top of a tree. On top
Said
of a
index
tree.
pointing at the viewer palm up hand OK button saluting face.
Oh my god.
At Yusuf Alabawi. Said I am so bored.
Chat, I low-key might hop off this game. Need to cook me dinner. Chat, I need to go cook dinner, chat.
At Yusuf Alabawi. said you.
Enter the van, teammate. GG's. GG's, guys. Guys, I have to hop off. I need to go cook. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much. My goats. Appreciate you guys. And I love you so much. Yusuf, can I ask you something? Yes, you can
At
ask
Yusuf
me.
Alabawi.
What do you
Said
want to
Hero,
ask
can
me?
I ask you something? At
Leah,
Nanakar
Nate, I have
8R.
to go, bro. I'm sorry.
Said palm down hand, palm up hand.
Can you ask me something? Yes, ask me. Go ahead. GG's, guys.
At Nanakar 8R. Said can you keep the stream on?
Can I keep the stream on? No, I'm going to cook food. It might take long, so
At
this.
Nanakar 8R. Said keep stream on PLS.
No, I
At
can't keep the stream on
Dachilgayomigs
because I'm going to cook and
123.
it might take longer,
Said
chat.
CYA.
Okay, bro. Thank you so much. Tomorrow I'll be on earlier on.
At Dachilgayomigs 123.